And we are live once again with another episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight with the Jumping Junipers. When we last left them, they were helping out a little bullywug named Ulric, and they led you to the Watcher's Pool. This is where you discovered the screaming devilkin that are trying to clearly torment the Watcher themselves. And you picked one off one by one, whilst keeping them at bay with the magical xylophone-like stepping stones. And after you cleared the waters and were able to soothe the Watcher, this creature is some sort of like Cerastus. It's like half serpent, half moose. It seems they were very wise and ancient-like being, perhaps here during the early creation of Brismere. They were able to answer some of your questions, but you could only ask three questions, and you had to pick wisely about what you were going to ask. And I think we post those in the handouts for you. No, we didn't. Whoops. I was supposed to hand those to you. But one of them was obviously about Vaike's sword and what's happened to it. And you were given a little cryptic rhyme for each of these. But yeah, hopefully they kind of steer you in the right direction and give you some clues as to what to do or where to go. But with that, you returned back to the little hut in the lake where Ulric said to make yourselves at home. He's obviously not here right now. He's back at the Watcher's Pool. But oh yeah, you also fixed up the organ and encountered some sort of taxidermy horror creature. But yeah, that's where we left off. You guys were in the middle of a long rest, resting throughout the long hours, and notice you spied something in the corner of the swamp. There was a zombified creature just wandering nearby. Clearly they were spying on you, but they didn't move to launch an attack or an ambush or anything like that. Seems they were simply just watching. But during the night, though most of you were sharing a watch with each other, there was one particular character who was on their own and snuck off in the middle of the night. And so we're going to discover what they got up to during this. So in the middle of, well, the twilight, so to speak, whilst everyone else is asleep.
In the middle of the night.
Baerd, you tiptoe past everyone's sleeping and managed to get out into the swamp air. It's cool, but it's kind of stagnant water smell, and you're able to navigate down the steps without slipping and begin making your way back to the Watcher's Pool. It was some distance, but not too far. And so we're going to see where Baerd gets up to. Real quick. There you go. Back on the map once again. So yeah, you trudge through the mushy ground, part the weeds and reeds, and you can see the cave in the distance. Ulric seems to have made a little bedding for himself in the small hut. And he's currently asleep. But the Watcher is also nowhere to be seen, but they could be in the cave.
Yeah, I will sort of with the cloak pulled over my head, I will approach, and as I call out, Watcher, if you are here to listen, I have some questions I need answered.
You see a slight ripple emanate from the entrance of the cave, and moments later, you start to see the antlers emerge from the crystalline lake, and its serpentine humps begin to swim their way towards the shoreline. Its eyes kind of glowing and glistening in the twilight. They seem to almost squint towards you, tilt their head to one side. There's almost a look of kind of like a discerning look on their face.
I as Baerd sort of pulls out his instrument, he speaks. You are said to answer questions, so I came.
And their eyes kind of widen a little bit and nod and say, Cerastes, the Watcher, as some call me. From Mother Zybirna, I came to be. Regarding visions I can see. Ask, and I'll grant you answers 3. And you recall this phrase. This is exactly the same expression that they said when you first met them.
I came to answer the question for a dear ally of mine. He's found himself losing things upon many a time.
Their eyes seem to flash. And now there's a look of recognition on their face. And a kind of knowing nod as if they realize exactly who you're talking about. They, and then to sort of clarify, they say, yes, the Minotaur who came here not long after. Are these the answers you seek? What is your question concerning them?
Where is my friend's lost thing, the bag of coins he lost 8 years ago?
They start to focus and try to concentrate, remembering the kind of Minotaur in their mind's eye, and then they look way over the mountaintops and over yon, and they look past behind them into the mists and through the swamp. And all the while their eyes are kind of flashing and darting at the same time. Like before, they were much more focused in, like locked in on one particular thing, and their head wouldn't move, but they seem to be going back and forth, almost looking all over the place, as if sort of like having a lucid dream, and their eyes are flittering, and then finally they come out of this trance and turn to you. And they say, in Prismir's realm, where commerce flows, a bag of coins through fey hands goes. 8 years passed, its luck was lost. A thrifty heart now pays the cost. To break the curse, reclaim their gold, navigate the river bold. Through barter and trade, fulfill each quest. Supply and demand, put skills to test.
Baerd sort of nods as he sort of sits on the stone near the river. That does make sense. All things considered. And his gaze sort of turns towards his reflection in the water as he seems to be thinking pensively. He sort of thinks back to earlier in the day, when Vaike had unintentionally in passing, as he was trying to deflect from what he was thinking, he had mildly implied that once things were done here, that things would be done, and that we would just leave once a few things were found. As he sort of takes out the loot, rubbing a finger across a few scratches on the back side of it. I know this question may be selfish, but it's hard to know. What well, a bard without stories is one that is hard to come by. But to my friends, I found myself wondering what I even am to them.
The head tilts once again. They look back to where your friends came from, and then back to you. Their eyes begin to glow, and they're kind of a red, yellow, almost like a little spark inside them. They say, In twilight's grasp, by fire's glow, your heartstrings play, yet none will know. To friends you sing, their minds unchain. Your song, it fades like morning rain. To them, you are a fleeting dream, a shadow lost in day's bright gleam.
Yeah. As Baerd sort of shifts, clearly discomforted as his hand sort of shakes slightly as he's wringing the neck of his lute again. Just taking in as this is the first time in a long time he's really had the chance to find any real answer to things. As he looks up at the Watcher, he opens his mouth before things are so different here. In this land of Prismere.
They nod. They are much different from the world you know. But hear me now. Bitter night will end. A dawn will rise. Your curse will bend. With steadfast heart and melody, one day they'll hold your memory.
As Baerd sort of looks almost angry for a second, he says, "Why? Children are supposed to be safe. Why did Zaelong? Why was I left all alone?"
The head bows, looking down at the rippling water, feeling clearly the weight of your question. An emotion that seems to almost metaphysically like ripple out into the Feywild. You see the reeds kind of droop. You see the scales take on a dimmer color. The luster in the twilight seems to abate slightly to a sort of a duller grey, and you see the reflection in the eyes turn to a silvery circle. And they say, "In moon's embrace, a shadow doth creep. Your voice cries out, a wound so deep. Why was I left alone, you plead, while fate's cruel hand lets your heart bleed? My watch does gaze from the lake, and speaks of choices we can't remake. Alone you stand, a path you roam, for trials shape the seeds you've sown. In silence, strength is often found within the curse hope circles round. Though darkness seems to never end, your solitude, in time, will mend. And with that, you see the Watcher actually does sort of circle round physically in the pool and begin to turn to swim back towards their little cave, and they stop for just a moment to look back at you by the shore, to leave you in your solitude, knowing that there are no more words they can say to heal your emotions. And then they too disappear into their own form of solitude. And you realize just why the Watcher asked perhaps one of you to remain, because there is no greater sadness than that loneliness that they seem to understand intuitively with you.
As Baerd sort of takes a moment, looking at the ripples as a few tears hit the water before they stand up. As they reach into the small box, I'm pulling one of the many charms off of the necklace inside, and placing one on the rock and leaving, knowing that even if the Watcher doesn't know, he should leave something. And Baerd will turn to leave. Perhaps heavier than
As you,
they
as
had
you
arrived.
turn to leave, yeah, you begin making your way back, just sort of still a bit overcome with emotion and trying to think and process it all. You almost practically bump into a foul-smelling, shambling creature, an undead creature that stands before you. And as you kind of focus your eyes on this thing, it starts to like slowly turn around and look back and lets out a kind of a low moan. And a second one begins to emerge from the reeds. A third one. A fourth. And then emerging out of the grass, a skeletal creature with a snake-like taxidermy creature is attached to the top. You see its white ribs kind of like reflecting the twilight. And finally, behind that, a familiar hooded figure, now lacking the serpentine-like staff. It is Zargash, once again. As he effectively begins to surround you with these zombies, he has a curious look on his face and says, "Well, hello there, traveler. Good twilight to you.
Good twilight.
You know, it's not safe to be wandering around alone. Especially near
Here,
the waters. There are all kinds of creatures, marrows and lake monsters.
it's the Feywild is a place of many things, and I am but a simple bard.
Oh. I see. The Feywild is very much wild indeed, isn't it? A realm of chaos and unpredictability. Creatures could do whatever they wished on a whim, but not like these. Gestures to his horde of necromancy and says, "These are controlled. They do exactly what I say. They are under my control." Yes, you do not give off flights of fancy. So you have nothing to fear from me.
One should be careful. I hear tales of stories of those who try to bring order to the Feywild.
Oh? What tales are these?
This place is a realm of chaos. One might find something unexpected that leads their planning somewhere else. It's not a threat. I just
Unexpected indeed.
think that one such as you should play carefully.
Hmm.
It's a danger the Feywild itself tends to enact. As I sort of look towards the ground, like I'm obviously I am not threatening him. I'm more like,
Well, best we heed each other's advice then, as we navigate this strange place. Say, speaking of unexpected things, kind of looks at you for a moment, his eyes kind of squint. Gets real close, in fact. Almost to the point you can, like, smell his breath. You wouldn't perhaps have seen a fairy dragon fluttering around here?
And now you can say no.
I don't believe I've seen a fairy dragon once in my life.
Well, of course you have, but
I haven't.
Wait.
have you?
Wait,
I
how many?
haven't.
No.
I never went upstairs.
Are you-
Sure. That's very true, I guess.
You didn't?
Looks you over and kind of your belongings, your general attire. Well, very well. Should you actually run into any, you wouldn't mind letting the soggy court be informed. It's important that we find this little escapee before it's too late. You speak
Wouldn't
of chaos.
Wouldn't
I
it
can
be
only
better if I found
imagine.
you? If you tell me where to find you, you could deliver it yourself. Take the credit.
No, I fear that this endeavor is not well suited to my skill set. I have much more important things to be doing, you see, rather than chasing down invisible little fey creatures. It's much easier to delegate, and he kind of gestures towards all the other little undead minions. My time is valuable. But I will say, speaking of chaos, one could only imagine the chaos that would be unleashed should that little dragon get word out about the state of affairs here in Prismia.
I sort of nod as I go. Well then, for the warning and the knowledge, I will first I will like separate in my hand one of the river stones, and then I'll like I'm slipping all of them together as I sort of smile as I go. In return for that knowledge, as always, things should be given, and I will hand him one stone for the knowledge, and 3 stones for reasons he does not know. For later. For later.
He raises an eyebrow. This is more fey tricks, I swear. But he kind of like turns away from your offering, but clicks his fingers, and one of the zombies approaches and takes the single stone. And as it goes to take the other 3, it says, "Oh, a single payment will suffice. Don't want to owe anyone anything." And after that, you start to see the shambling zombies kind of all walk past you, one by one.
Didn't catch your name.
He turns and says, "Well, others know me as Zargash." And yours?
I'm just a simple bard. I'm sure you'll forget me by the time you get home.
He's already walking before you even finish the sentence.
As he sort of steps away, I will whisper to myself, "And I've caught your name, Zargash."
You see this giant skeletal creature seems to be like sniffing you for a moment, even though it clearly doesn't need to breathe and doesn't have lungs. Maybe some sort of weird old habit in its previous life, but you see the tongue like lap out as well, tasting the air around you, and you see the same little witchlight ticket that's in its jaws, kind of fluttering in front of your face, and you see the troop of undead finally waft away, their stench with it, and we'll jump back to a new day in the hut as you've finally returned, and everyone, you're all awake, you're fully rested. And the swamp air greets you, the buzzing flies, and the slimy moisture of the wooden planks. It doesn't look like Wolfgang did a good job of keeping the moisture out, but he is a bullywug, so he loves it just the way it is.
Mm-hmm. Moist.
So yeah, it's a damp morning.
I wake up
You wake up?
Mm.
after having those lovely dreams, right? I was like pulling.
Yeah.
What was I doing? I was like pulling something out of the hag's mouth. That's what was happening.
You had some sort of dream that you were like involved frogs.
Involved frogs. And I slept in the pool beneath the house.
You did.
That's right. Yeah, you're like
You
fully
definitely
soaked.
And all the warts are gone now, right?
Yep, you guys.
Warts, you've been fully cured. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo.
Thank God for that. Garreth, on the other hand,
Mm-hmm.
well, I suppose now it's been 3 days. It's just gestated.
Oh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You wake up and you taste iron in your mouth,
that's not tasty.
and as you like lift your hand up to wipe away what feels like saliva, like maybe you were drooling in your sleep. You look at your hand and realize there's blood coming straight from your mouth.
What?
What?
Everyone but Notus can see the blood, the rich red substance. It's all over his mouth.
I'm gonna point at him. Garreth, you got something on your mouth.
Yeah. It's not tasty. Where does it come from? Yeah.
Have you eaten something, Garreth?
Did someone give
No.
you 3 rocks?
Checks pouch. It's more like I've given it to someone else. I'm missing rocks.
You're missing rocks.
Yeah, I had 5. And now I've got 3.
Hold on.
You say 3, and as you look, you realize you've only got 2.
Wait, I only have
Wait.
2.
Even less?
Yeah.
Speaking of, Baerd will look at everyone and say, "I did actually get vision in the water. I think we might be able to find Ulric's coin purse and downfall."
Oh,
Whoa! Wait, really?
And I'll sort of like mutter the phrasing that was used, like basically like word for word, but not using the Watcher's voice, as though like I'm sort of making up a little ditty, trying to like put this vision in order. A place of
All right.
bartering.
In that case,
In fact, it's where the and he winks at Vaike. The Crimson Fist said they would be going, I believe, if I remember correctly.
I'm a huge fan of that guy. Is Garreth still bleeding?
Yeah.
Yeah, Garreth, you don't do that often, right? I don't think I've seen you do that before.
This is new. This is not fun.
Did you get
Did
hit
you-
yesterday, like really hard?
Did you eat something?
Did I? No. Or I didn't eat something that you didn't eat.
Is
You eat-
it?
You eating rocks, Garreth? What happened? Are your teeth okay?
Are my teeth okay?
you realize that's exactly where the blood is oozing from. Your teeth and gums seem to be bleeding.
No. Have you not been brushing your teeth with all that candy you've been eating?
No less than normal.
Hmm.
Is everybody else doing fine?
They look
Is everything
great.
else normal?
So,
Baerd will open his beak, and this is the first time you guys have looked into Baird's mouth. Baerd actually does have teeth on the inner like lining of their beak.
that's fun, I think. That sounds a
Everybody-
little scary.
Everyone's fine. We know like weird swamp parasites got into us when we were sleeping.
Everyone else looks fine.
I'm gonna
Am I
offer
fine?
Gareth some water. Like, rinse your mouth out.
Jack steps up and is like, yeah, You should probably drink something.
Does drinking help?
It
Takes
definitely
a sip.
washes out the taste. It definitely cleans out your mouth, so there isn't like this visual
Mhm.
horror. But as you kind of begin to like tongue your gums here and there, you still start to feel a little bit of oozing blood seeping between them,
Mm.
and
Mm.
this is the third mention of like wanting to like either eat or drink something
Mhm.
to get rid of the effect. And it's at this moment, as you kind of swallow the water, you
It
realize
starts
you are
bleeding
kind of
again.
hungry.
Oh.
No, not just starts bleeding again. It's always continuously doing this, but you get the urge to actually eat. And not only that, as you kind of look out onto the swamp, you realize this place is an abundance of food, just waiting to be plucked at any moment. And in fact, last session, you also remember Notus giving the what was it, the helmet, the plump helmet to someone? Was it the Watcher?
The Watcher.
It was the Watcher.
You gave the tastiest looking mushroom you've ever seen, and you get this craving to eat mushrooms.
Oh no. Damn
That
it.
you feel in your mind, in your head, you feel like that is what might cure it.
Oh no.
They're strong in antibiotics and antibacteria and stuff. Like shrooms are like they're magical. They're like the
Yeah,
body's
I need to eat the right
perfect nutrition.
We're gonna find Garreth chewing on algae here in a second because this house is covered in algae. This is like Chris
Yeah, definitely.
from Deltarune.
A what?
Chris from Deltarune eats algae.
Mm.
Chris eats everything.
Am I also normal?
You don't feel any side effects aside from the fact that your skin is now perfectly moist and ready to brave a day of sunlight. It's
Moist.
yeah, you're not really your eyes aren't itching anymore. The warts they've started to like fade away. There's a couple of marks, but you can see they're just like they're going.
Mhm. And my hands are the same.
Hands are
old
still slimy.
hands? Okay.
Yeah, same as they always are. Yeah. Afraid so.
Well, Garreth, if that, if there's anything we can do to help you with, whatever that is, make sure you let us know.
We can. I think I should eat a mushroom.
You should eat some
Mushrooms are healthy.
Mm.
I guess so, but I don't know if mushrooms stop tooth decay. I don't know if that's what they do.
Does anybody got mushrooms on them?
I have one, but I don't think you want to eat it.
I have one. It'd be kind
Well,
of funny if you ate it.
Let's go with that one.
What does it look like?
Wait, so I ain't even a mushroom? Wait.
Oh wait,
You do.
you got those from the Duchess, right?
Wait. Yeah, I'm sure Ulric got a tincture. Or did you get a mushroom? Sorry, you did get a mushroom, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure some. I actually don't. I don't think I actually put it in my sheet, but I think it
Just
was
the-
it was
okay.
a mushroom. I'm pretty
It
sure.
was the love one.
Yeah. Makes whoever eats
Ooh.
it fall in love.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So, yeah, that'd be a great option.
I mean, I don't know if you want to eat this one, but I think it'd be pretty funny.
Seductus lactamus. The
Yep.
lust mushroom.
I feel like that might be more useful to us later.
We can feed it to Sargash.
Depends how hungry you are now.
I mean, I
Can
do
I look
have
around and see
rations,
if,
but
can I look around and see if I have any, if there's any, like if, Ulfgunk kept a jar in here or something?
you said it looked like
it
this
doesn't
area
even-
was abundant of foods.
That's
So there
right.
would
Yeah,
be mushrooms growing.
everywhere. Like it doesn't take long before you discover some in hither. One survival check later, and you could have yourself a new mushroom. For sure.
No.
Ooh.
There it is. So that cave underneath was
Mhm.
home to quite a lot of moisture, and there were like vines dangling down. All inside this cave, you can find a new mushroom. Why don't you roll me a D100?
No. Watch this link be like a this mushroom. That's good restoration. Like
43.
That's the mushroom I touched, right?
Oh no. No, it's not. It's a different one. Totally different one. But
Is it a lava
it looks
cup?
delicious.
I'm going to
No,
grab
it's
Garreth by
not.
the shoulders.
You can roll a nature check though.
So
Oh, you don't want me to roll a nature check.
Or you can you can also
It
roll
looks
me a
delicious,
wisdom
you said?
save. It
Oh.
does, yeah.
I-
Yeah,
I-
one
I-
last
I-
wisdom
I-
save.
Come on.
Hmm.
How delicious
You
does
can
it look?
resist the urge. It looks delicious. You can resist the urge to devour it right here and now, if you want, or you can give in. It's up to you.
What does it look like specifically?
That's good question because there is no description. But I'll say it's
Are
kind of like
there any red flags on the mushroom?
does it have,
red
like, a
flags.
skull on
No,
it?
Red
actually,
cap.
it's quite the
I-
opposite.
yeah, is it a red cap or the red toadstool with the white dots?
No, it's not that one. In fact, it's quite
Okay.
the opposite. It's kind of like a pale blue, and
fuck.
it's got like dark speckles on it.
Oh fuck, that doesn't look healthy.
Garreth.
Look, Garrett, we got a long day ahead of us.
I have
Okay.
a powerful mushroom. All that's going to do is probably put you to sleep, but we could always just wake you straight back up again.
What's Jack's nature? Oh, not great.
I can roll a nature. I mean, it's not gonna be that much better, but it's a little better.
If the guy wants to eat mushrooms, let him eat mushrooms. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen?
Also, this one's about
Yeah,
8 years
no,
old, so...
I'm not gonna eat a mushroom just yet. I'm gonna wait a
Thought you were-
bit.
Thought you were hungry though.
I will carve a piece of meat into the shape of a mushroom if he really needs a mushroom that badly.
No, the mushroom is to help the pain. I've got foods. Okay, let's go to Downfall. No, let's go to
The
Ekdom.
Brigand Causeway? Yeah.
We need to go to Ekdom first.
Is
Uh-huh.
Ulfgunk
Get-
here?
No, he's
No,
not.
he's in
Okay.
the
Okay,
in the
that's,
watch
I saw him,
school.
saw him hanging out over here.
All right. Well, yeah, you can start heading off if you want.
Yeah, if we could stop by the playground on the way there, I do want to refill my dust since it's on the way.
Mm. Oh, do you need to keep the pellet in the buckets?
Yeah, it's in the bucket.
Or do
Oh,
you
the
need
pellet,
to keep
the
it?
pellet. I think the pellet is separate. I think the pellet is a separate entity.
Yeah, it is. So you go just straight down south from where you are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can refill the bucket.
So, can you hand someone a pellet? I don't think we put one in an inventory.
No, you haven't. You do have a pellet, but you just have to add it to your inventory.
Okay, I'll put a pellet of moisture.
Yes.
So it's the opposite of
Got-
dust dryness.
Hey, that
Right.
hey, let me hold on to that.
Oh,
Pellet
sure.
of wet.
Can you
Pellet
hold
of
it?
wet.
Well,
Yeah, you can-
no, but you can put it in my pocket. and then I can keep me nice and moist.
We could actually put it in a little bag and like let you smash that bag, like a little sack. And if you smash the sack, water will just kind of go
You give me like,
like tie it to you.
wow. Or I just put it in my pocket, and then I can just like hit my pocket. And
Yeah,
send it
yeah.
back.
It's it's in a little bag, like on like your what chest strap.
Yep. Every great hero has chest straps.
As we're
Yeah.
traveling, can I look for another mushroom?
Yep, you can roll another survival check.
I will assist, if only so that I can step in to prevent him from eating a mushroom.
Can you find another one? You can roll me another D100.
Oh, that's not the D100.
2.
73.
Hey, 73. Okay. Okay, so yep, this one is
Even
yeah,
more
it looks
tasty.
very. It does. It's like this bright, cloudy bud that's
We are not
just sat
smart.
there. You can you have no idea what it is, but it looks delicious. Like it looks fluffy, like cauliflower.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely eat it.
No, Gareth. No,
No,
I'll take a bite.
no.
you try to take a bite, Bob. Baerd, are you actually physically stopping him?
Yeah. Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
I will physically stop Bird. The
No.
boy wants to eat the mushroom. Let the boy eat the mushroom. Okay, we were already wasting time as is. We gotta get the show on the road. He's hungry. Let him eat.
Baerd is going to look at Gareth and Vaike, and he just looks concerned.
Hey, look, I don't want my friends eating strange mushrooms either. But if I trust Gareth, and if he thinks this is
Okay.
good for him, then let him eat it.
Baerd is going to
Okay.
open his mouth, look at Gareth. It looks like he's remembering something, and then he looks at Vaike and says, "Don't let Gareth eat mushrooms."
Mm.
Who said that?
You weren't having issues with me eating mushrooms while we were at Seuss. Hey, Jack, this looks edible, right?
I mean, do you want me to eat a little bit first and then see if it has an effect?
Oh, let Ulric do that.
It's not what I asked, but if you want to try, sure.
I can
Or-
be a taster.
Ulric's got an iron stomach. Let him do it.
I'll eat a mushroom.
No, you're not gonna eat. You're just gonna take a bite. And make sure it's safe for Gareth.
Mm.
Why are we doing this before we're going to go assault a place?
Cause the boy's hungry.
Eat.
I'm hungry and I want something to cure my gums.
Yeah.
I'll try a little bit of it.
All right. Ulric, buy into the mushroom, and well, you start to choke. You begin to choke a little bit more, and a little bit more, and then suddenly you see Ulric is gasping for air.
Oh,
I'll
God.
start. I'll
Oh.
pound. I'll pound his back to try to dislodge it.
Yeah, what's it called? Heimlich?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Well, maybe. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Give me a con save, Ulric.
Oh, con save. I'm made for those.
Yeah, you should be good for it. As you see, Vaike beginning to
Should
Heimlich.
be.
Oh.
Oh
Oh
lord!
my god.
Oh my god!
That's a killer shrew.
Okay.
Ulric dies!
Oh god, that is not good. Let me just take you back to the hut. Wait,
Mate, you're not
back
strong
there,
enough.
actually.
I'm too big, mate. You can't do it. My muscles,
abs are too
mate.
strong.
You can't pierce my muscles.
Notus, he needs air. Notus, do something.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm literally just gonna like cast gust into his mouth.
Oh, that makes it 10 times worse suddenly, Ulric. As you have as you have like a blast of air into your lungs, you collapse from just being suffocated by the air, and you fall down onto the air.
He's being given the
literally-
Heimlich to
Oh no!
Uh-huh.
Is
like
this,
pump his
Oh, I know.
lungs.
is this a
Ulric,
water-breathing mushroom?
as you see him collapse onto the floor, you suddenly like see his head like kind of half submerge into the puddle, which is swamp. It's always muddy and wet, and then suddenly you see kind of Ulric like slurp a little bit of the puddle, and he takes like it looks like his eyes don't like bulge out of his head as much. You suddenly see his breathing normalize for a second as he slurps this puddle.
Whoa.
Can we not eat the mushrooms?
Hey, oh, thanks.
It's a mushroom of water breathing.
He's fine.
He can't breathe
Jack
air
starts
right now.
Jack comes over and starts to waterboard Ulric.
Wait, he can't breathe
Like-
air anymore?
He like slams his head into the water, and Ulric, you breathe in a fresh breath of water.
Water.
Yep. You hear him bubbling underneath. A sigh of relief as bubbles rise to the top.
I'll kick him. Hey, you doing okay?
Wait.
Ooh,
With that,
Yeah.
with that,
it's a little dry. It's a little dry.
It's hilarious because Notus basically nearly killed Ulric just by putting the air in his lungs.
That would have been so funny.
I literally just stand there and
like-
stare at my hands, then look at Ulric, then look at my hands.
Yeah.
is Ulric injured? Like what?
He's not injured, no. He's head like doubled over with his head in a puddle, and like you see Jack like pushing him deeper in, but you can breathe fine under.
I'm breathing fine underwater. Okay.
Yeah,
Bear's gonna walk
he's
up.
actually breathing
going
just fine.
Bear's gonna walk up, grab the mushroom, and then put it in his pocket.
Oh,
But that's my
How long?
lunch.
How long will it take for Ulric to be back to normal? Do we reckon?
Yeah, like I like if I
You
lift my
don't-
head out of water, what happens?
you start to suffocate again. I'll tell you this:
I'm gonna.
You can
pull
roll an
out
Arcana
that,
check.
I'm gonna pull out the old flask that I got at the carnival,
Mhm.
and I'm literally gonna
Ah,
stick
yes.
that in his mouth.
Okay.
Portable
Yeah, the one that
water.
refills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Filling
Mhm.
water bottle.
What?
Okay.
What?
You're
What
Vaike and Ulric are
water?
not too sure how long it's gonna last.
Get all the bad
Nor
rolls out
is
now.
Oh my god. Notice, do you want to roll an Arcana check as well?
I can try. Nope.
Wow.
The dice still don't
No,
like me.
no one knows.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Jack? What about
Nothing-
Jack?
Come on, Jack.
Jack. Fine. With
The
no
sub
pilot
10
missed.
party. The sub 10 party. Come on, Jack.
20,
How you
20,
think
20.
that's gonna
Oh
do?
my god. Nothing
roll-
above a 10.
I'll give you his kick and recall.
That's
that.
hilarious.
Give me an opportunity.
Hey, Oofgon, come up here
All
real quick.
Hey, Walker, we have a question for you.
hey, Watcher, yeah. Okay.
Oh wow, Jack. Okay.
No,
So
this is-
Jack
this is
finally
Garrett's.
does.
Oh, I have
Is it-
kick.
oh, is it?
It's me.
Oh, oh, sorry. It's okay. So you don't have a clue, but recalling some of the knowledge that you've heard, you start to mimic an arcane scholar.
I said,
In
like,
fact,
talking
actually,
like
in the
a
voice, I know
professor,
whose
like-
voice it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember the voice of Ringlrun beginning to say, "Yes, water
Of course it's
breathing,
Ringlrun.
third level
Oh,
spell.
it is Ring Run.
It's quite a rudimentary
Oh my God.
spell. Simply a reversal of transmutation. In fact, up to 10 willing creatures can have this spell, but it will only last
8 hours.
It'll last 24 hours. Oh my
What?
god. Yep. 24 hours
it
it usually
24?
lasts. Yes,
my
it's what it's
God.
24. You've got to breathe water. You can breathe underwater for 24 hours, but you can't breathe air.
Oh my god.
And you
I'm
rolled a
gonna
nat.
take like
you
a
rolled
bit
a
of
nat one on
fabric
that
and
one
use it
save.
to like fasten the water bottle to his face and like tie a bow so it stays there, so he's got like a breathing mask.
He's got a water bottle strapped to his face.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
What?
oh! This is helpful.
One that you can magically refill
Yes.
continuously, right?
Yes.
We
That's
can-
perfect.
I need another
Amazing.
one.
Fine.
We can use this for the owl well.
You could.
We can
I
travel
mean,
through
Notus
the
could also
wells.
do this.
I mean, that's only Notus. We can't travel as a group. Now we can.
I do know the mushroom now as I look at the mushroom.
Well,
Well,
that's some way to start off.
We should probably refine it so we aren't in this situation again, though.
Well, Ulric now cannot talk because he has a water bottle strapped to his face.
I think he can like
Oh, he
turn to the
can.
side, like
Oh,
It's gurgles.
He
Yeah, it's like gargling water as he's talking.
oh,
Yeah. You can make
You know,
it
this
out.
can-
But it is
this-
a little bit distorted.
this can genuinely be useful with the causeway, though.
Well, now we have 2 party members that
Yeah.
can breathe underwater.
mm-hmm.
You gotta do that the rest of the session.
And like you can take a breath. God, don't. You can also take a breath, pull the water away, and speak. But you just don't want to breathe in the air. That's all.
Honestly, the way that Baerd snatched the mushroom, it is the most like I told you so snatch he's had. As like as he sort of like walks away, he says in a female voice, "Don't let Garreth eat the mushrooms."
Are you my mother?
No.
That's not what Hannah would have said. Who is this?
I think it's my mother.
I kind of like that may have been a genuine question. Are you my mom?
Well, let's get this show on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Using again Ulric's amazing ability to be able to recall this maze, you can basically get back to where you started, or back to where you left off, rather, in the Tollway, and you can navigate all the way to the tree stump. And increasingly, there are more and more of these Herringon patrols, and some of them you've already known are hidden, kind of creeping around in treetops and such. You can hear the walkway kind of creaking. These floorboards, they don't look very stable, and occasionally, like, one of your feet go kind of through it. But you navigate nonetheless all the way to this point where there's a giant tree stump in the distance. It is most definitely the one that you were told about from the other Herringon. They mentioned that this is Agdon's lair.
Yeah.
And it's also familiar to the tree, the great grandfather oak that you were told about. That was.
Do we hear
Chopped
like angry
down and
yelling at like a
corrupted.
pixie coming from the?
Not
Sprite?
from this distance, no.
Day?
But you do see some figures in the mist walking around, clearly patrolling the edges here. The fog does obscure a bit of this vision, but you stay here for too long or push forward, they're probably going to notice you. Just walking along the... It's up to you, though. If you want to talk to them, that's up to you. If you want to try and go in stealthily, you decide. What are you going to do?
What's the game plan here, folks? We gonna try
Is
to
this
sneak in?
considered to be someone's home?
Is this a home or is this the forest? Does this belong to the forest and they're encroaching, or is this a?
Well, it's a layer that they're using.
They're using. Okay.
I wouldn't call it their home. but I would certainly call it like a stage of operations, right?
Okay.
It's a tollway. They use it to toll people, and then whatever they do with that toll, they gather it here and guard it. It's more like an outpost than it is a home, right?
Okay.
So are we gonna try to sneak in, or are we gonna just walk up to the front door?
I mean, I'm a bard. We can try.
Yeah.
Which one? The walk through the door or sneak in?
Sneak in, was that?
We can sneak in, or I can swim in.
Or we can have team water and we have team air. Notus and Ulric can be in the water, sneaking up, and then we can like make a distraction for them.
We could. You're the king of your royalty, Vaike, with your crown.
About time you guys started recognizing. Yeah, we can do that.
What about Minecraft?
What was that, Ulric? What was that? Oh, okay. Just making double checking.
you can talk.
That's all.
Wait, let me get water.
Oh no, now he's actually gonna choke. Trust me, it's harder than what you think. I nearly choked just doing that. Just be careful.
What do you think, Notus?
So,
I think I will go with whatever you think.
Ah,
Always a neutral vote.
do you have any opinions?
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's like every time I've asked Notus a question, it's always like what I think. Like, do you have a favorite color, Notus? Shit.
he just that's a little insensitive. Wow.
Hey, she knew what colors were at one point.
No.
Cool,
Next
baby.
time you're trying to climb something, I'm gonna be like, "Do you want a hand?"
Hey, I'm surprised they haven't been coming already. It's a pretty good opportunity.
Oh my god. This is great.
Yeah, let's
sneak in.
hope we don't croak next fight.
Oh,
What? I think
Ribbits.
sneaking in is probably our better goal, our better opportunity, because we have two people who can breathe underwater, as well as like other people who are probably stealthier than you would think.
I hope you're not talking about me.
I'm pretty southern.
We could, if you're really good at holding your breath, Vaike, we could put you in a portable hole.
Whoa.
There's 10 minutes of air in there.
Holy 10 minutes of air. Is this tested? Is this approved? Is this gone through like the high mage councils? Like, why not just die?
Wow.
Oh yeah, fully tested. Don't worry.
We gonna sneak in?
Oh, Jack, that's all I needed.
You trust me, don't you?
100%.
If everyone's in there, there's only 2 minutes of air portable.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
Yeah. Or we could fill it with water and have 10 minutes of
Ulric in the portable.
Ulric, yeah.
Ulric and Notus in the portable. Actually, Notus can be in the portable hole indefinitely.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
You can breathe. That's actually kind of
I
sick.
don't like that idea.
You know, I can't say that I'm a big fan of it.
Do you need to eat the whole mushroom to gain the benefits? Or just the parts?
Did you want them to be able to breathe air?
Because
it looks like
Ulric only took a bite, not a whole mushroom.
Yeah, but this is an Ulric bite, and it was probably half of the mushroom, so...
Yeah.
I imagine you just kind of had the mushroom in your hand. I just came and bit half of it off.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't...
Yeah. Okay.
Besides,
Yeah.
I have the mushroom in my pocket now.
Okay, so do we like walk up to some of the guards and like, hey, we have an audience with Agdon, like let us in? And then we have our two aquatic people kind of like under the tollway ready to jump out in case like shit hits the fan. Is that the plan
thing
we're
is,
going with?
Something like
I-
that?
I don't want to split the party, is my thing.
Well, it's going to be splitting the party as one of us is going to be above the walkway, and one of us is going to
We're
be
traveling
below
as a
it.
group, except one part of the party is above water and one part is below water, so they're not seen.
Yeah.
How low down is it? What's the height difference here?
Yeah, to the water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the rickety causeway, I think, is about probably at least
Oh.
like 5 feet up from the bog. The causeways are 5 feet wide and are in poor shape. It doesn't actually say. I'll imagine it is at least 5 feet up
From the
Okay.
surface of the water.
that's from the surface.
Oh,
Yeah, and
so
then you can go
it's-
under the water and be even more hidden.
So
Mhm.
it's hard to get from the water on the bridge.
You could lift yourself up if you're tall enough. Ulric could
Or
do
it
it,
would be
definitely.
fine. Notice
There are also mushrooms around. You can also clamber onto a mushroom and then up onto the bridge.
Oh, I thought you meant you can eat the mushrooms.
You could do that too. In fact, this looks like a buffet right here for you. Garreth.
Oh, mushroom.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
Okay, I'm gonna start climbing down then.
all right.
Make a decision.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Hop in the water.
Do I see a mushroom that I recognize?
Oh, with the nature check.
Yeah.
I don't think
Um,
I don't think Vaike should go down into the water unless he wants to be part of stealth team, but I don't think he would fit as part of stealth
Well,
team.
the problem is him getting back up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
You guys bring up very good points.
Um,
I thought the plan was I would go with Bird because I'm the king of the Tollway.
Yeah. Yeah,
So these look like mead boon fungus for the majority of these swamps, which is just it tastes like meat. It's like age of the mushroom usually depends on the meat, which is great. There's not normally any kind of poisonous effects over them, but I literally just rolled a 40 on the
I like
D100.
the wording. Normally.
Yeah, meat mushrooms. But amongst them all, give me one survival check again, because I guess checking the mushrooms out.
12.
Okay. There is amongst all of them, there is one mushroom that sticks out, as it kind of looks like glass.
Oh.
And you can roll a separate Arcana check for that one, or sorry, nature.
but yeah.
That's speaking of
Success.
stealth, that mushroom
Stealth?
will turn you invisible.
Oh,
Oh my god. Where is it? Where is it?
It's
Like
not
right there
too
at
far
your
away
feet?
from you. Like, yeah, like Notus is kind of down near it, like splashing towards the
You
mushroom.
see that one? There? Can you grab it?
Uh-huh. Notus is down there. You grab it, Notus.
You can portal up.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. You notice you see a little pumpkin hand reach out in front of you and then snatch this glass mushroom up, and then hands it to you, Garreth.
Okay.
Does
Is
this
it mine
change the
now?
plan? Does this change the plan at all?
I mean, it means that Garreth can walk invisible with us. Yeah.
he scuffs it down immediately. He doesn't hesitate.
Okay,
yeah.
let's
As
get
soon as
going. I'm like, I will take out my costume outfit and I'll start like making Vaike look more royal than he normally is. Like,
Yep.
Like I'm just like throwing things over his
Okay.
shoulders. Like I am as we sort of walk along the causeway, like paying attention.
Yeah,
Uh,
I will take the lead. I'll hold my head high. I'll walk with a dignified grace that you've
and
never
I'll
seen
look
from Vaike before.
and I'll look at Vaike and say, "Just act regal and royal, and I can do all the talking."
I
As
I think I got this. I'm gonna channel my inner strong part.
Vaike the Pumpkin King.
Ooh, the Pumpkin King. How do you like the sound of that, Jack?
Mm-hmm. Pumpkin
That's
King.
Garreth.
Hell yeah.
Here,
Yeah,
here to make it look more official, Jack. Here, take this, and I'm gonna give him the pumpkin muffin.
Ooh.
That's our
The one,
royal.
my little hat.
Yep,
Mm.
that's the royal envoy that we have for Agdon, as we have come
yeah.
to talk.
And I will start like playing the
Perfect.
music, saying like make way, make way, make way, like royalty
Make
has come to collect,
way
like
for Prince
uh,
Ali.
like
Make
royalty,
way.
the royalty given by the carnival has come to collect a true crown prince of Prismeer, like basically like I'm continuing like a secondary line of like the line that I had sent off into the wild before about like here's the true prince of Prismeer, not Agdon.
Mm. Okay. Perfect.
As I like continue like occasionally like just like pointing out that like he fled claiming the others dead, but they've returned like alive and fine. I'm sure their whispers have reached your ears.
Okay, that one.
Um, has reached your ears
Um,
about what truly happened in time, like truly just like continuing the melody and
yeah.
like repeating it like again, like
The
looking at the
nearby
different Paragon as we pass, like whispering and playing, like
as welcoming as your melody is, you suddenly hear a yelling and a shouting. Hey, hey, hey! Quit that! Quit that! Who are you? Wait up!
I'm gonna look at it and be
Stop
like,
right
hey,
there!
hey, where's Agdon? We have an important business meeting with him right now. Take me to him right now. I don't have time for all this
Whoa,
tomfoolery.
whoa!
uh
Who are
true
you?
holding up royalty here in Prismeer. Truly
Uh-huh.
hares have nothing. Truly hares don't know fear,
You can,
except for Agdon,
yeah,
who
both.
ran away. We
You
are
can roll me
here
a
to make
persuasion
him
check.
pay.
Oh shit! That sounds more like intimidation now. But no, I'll let it be a persuasion roll with a. Actually, no, more of this. This is more like just a deception, trying to
It
basically.
functionally doesn't matter for me. I am good at all of them.
Yeah, then go for it. Go for it. Just roll one of those with advantage, as you actually have the royalty to back it up,
25.
and they say they they look towards Vaike and their demeanor completely changes from like, "Who the hell do you think you are?" to, "Uh, a mistake." They look a little bit caught off guard, as if they don't even know the proper etiquette, and they're like, they do this kind of mock bow, and they're like, "Well," and one of them stands up straight as if to attention. Agdon, yeah, he's here.
Take me to see him
We
right away.
can take you to him.
Yes, but don't make too
Certainly.
big. Don't make too big of a fuss. I don't want people to know I'm here. Okay, this is strictly business. This isn't like I'm not gonna be like signing autographs, stuff like that. So just come on, hurry up. Just take me to Agdon.
We hear stories that Agdon has failed you, and we have come to take our due. As I
We will escort
strum
you,
along,
Mhm.
as I like speak to
come
the
this way.
Paragon, basically like continuing the story.
You're certainly escorted along. Meanwhile, notice Ulric, you're going under the water. You just continue to go. Neither of you need to like let off bubbles. So you're not like holding your breath and then gumming up for air. So I'm not even going to let you roll stealth. It's just they don't.
We're
don't
making a
suspect
fuss.
it. And
We're making a fuss. Like they're not.
yeah,
even-
definitely distracted. They lead you around towards the tollway. They actually kind of have to go through this awkward.
Do I see any of
maze,
the
actually
Harengon
having to
that
go
like had
around.
like survived our previous encounter that we had sent back as well as we like passed through? Like
Yes, you see, eyeing you both is a Harengon on the top of the tollway. There's like these little there's like a tent set up here, and they have like a fire going. And one of them looks down towards you, and his ear kind of twitches and looks. He's got the bow and arrows, the one that was like basically sniping you guys.
hmm
And you're being led around.
I nod to him
To
and
get a good
smile.
eye.
Like I'm here like as a we're here doing what we're promised we were going to do. Like this is like we're here to expose Agdon,
Okay.
kind of like nod, like knowing nod towards him.
Right. There's like a little wave with the ear. Like they don't make any motion with the rest of their limbs, but the little ear does give a little wave.
Oh, a friendly wave or a twitch? A nervous twitch?
Hard to tell. Roll an insight check. It is hard to tell. This
Must have been the
Harengon
wings.
has led you. Yeah, Harengon has led you right up to the front entrance.
This Harengon
there's
right
this
here,
glowing
I'm
light
gonna look
coming
towards
from
him and
the-
say, "Don't you want to see the royalty? Head on inside." And you like basically I'm inviting this guard that's supposed to be standing like door, and I'm like, inviting him inside to come along with us. Like I'm pulling him inside. Like it's
They oblige. Sure. This one's coming in too.
As I look at as I sort of wink towards Notus and Ulric, like right there, like.
Ulric, Notus, you're both sort of left behind it at the moment. They've gone inside the entrance. There's this like warm glow. There's no door or anything. It's just an entrance inside the trunk or the stump.
I'm gonna kind of park
What do you do?
myself under in the wedge kind of bit, so I'd be able to pull myself up if required. But otherwise, we've got a bit of an advantage by being here at the moment, just in case.
Just in case. Okay. So you're staying out here, staying underwater. Okay. In that case then, I'll bring everyone to the inside the Brigand's Tollway. Let's have a look. You should be able to see not a whole lot. Because
I can't see anything.
no light there.
I cannot see it.
You can see more if you get into indoor.
Yeah, you see the Herringons behind you kind of like
I see.
escort you inside, past the walkway, and as soon as you're through, you can see a warm light coming from a hearth at the back of the tollway.
I can't move my token.
Because you're stuck in
on
a
wall.
win-
There you go.
Oh, game is paused. That's why.
Okay, there you go.
Well, this guy's kicking back
fix it
over
for you?
here.
Are these
Yeah,
like
he
some
is.
of the
So
guys that were like out? Were these some of the
Yeah.
guys at the ambush? Like they're chilling.
That's it. Yeah, they're chilling. There's some that you don't recognize. These two are different actually, but they are kind of chilling. They're like snacking on some carrots with their feet up on the table, and then as soon as this Harengon enters, they go, make way for the king of
The Prince of Persmere.
The true prince of
Persmere.
Persmere.
Apparently,
we
have royalty.
Crowned at the carnival, a part of this realm of delight.
And so yeah, you see them kind of both like suddenly jerk and stand to attention, kind of giving a salute, and they're like, "Wait, who?" They kind of like they got an off like expression, like this is awkward. Who is this? But they still they show respect at least.
I'll raise my hand to them and be like, Addies, you know what? For your hard work to the realm, take a walk, go get some fresh air. You guys will not be needed here at this time.
We have a
They
special
go.
with Agdon, who of the words on the air here in Prismere is that he has led you astray. That things are not as they should be.
I heard Agdon
Rather,
had.
a hair's leg away.
Roll again. I'm gonna
Jack will
say
say
roll
something.
another.
Yeah, he let his people alone to die.
Roll a persuasion check again. Um, this one is flat because they've already got express orders, but that's still pretty damn good.
24.
They say, but we were told to, and then they shut up almost immediately as you go on to explain the Agdon had led you astray, and they go,
We are express word of we are here as representatives of Zabilna.
They look at each other like there's this side eye, and they go to the entrance. They don't leave all the way. You can see them there on the walkway outside, kind of like just a little bit head scratching, not sure what to do, but they seem to be going along with it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so the door, yeah, this thug, Herringon thug, opens up the door and leads you into an interior. Here you see there is some. There's one Herringon who's like cooking in the corner, and another one seems to be sharpening some weapons that they may have
The lights are
procured.
really shallow in this room for some reason.
Yeah, I can't see a thing.
These lights
Who
only
needs
last for 5
lights?
feet.
Well, there is light in the room. But Herringon don't have dark vision, do they?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. They just give everybody dark vision.
No, it is dark down here, but I'll have one of these Herringon light a torch here. That you guys can see at least. Did that work? No, it didn't. Why is the torch not working?
Why is the rum gone?
Perception, rabbit hop.
Yeah, the fucking torch is busted. Working in the other campaign, which is really frustrating. Alright, well, I'll just make some light. Fine. In the corner of the room, Vaike, where you've just approached the actual light source, which does draw your attention, there seems to be almost like a little shrine. There's 2 candles on the side of the wood, and the bark seems to have shaped into a feminine form that's like protruding out of the wall. And you can see her eyes are closed, her arms are kind of crossed over her chest, and
Does it
they're like almost in a sleeping kind of stance.
look like Zabilna?
She look familiar to me.
No, their hair isn't like long and straight. It's more wild and frizzy, like leaves that are kind of sprouted in every direction. And her form
Is it
looks
like
more
the
elven, like pointed
statue?
ears and a chiseled chin. No, her eyes are much more kind of slanted, and her ears are pointed, sharper features, but with big, extravagant, like frizzy hair, rather than a straight, long hair.
Not familiar to me.
No, she doesn't look familiar to anyone here. Not that you've recognized, but it's very clear that she's not some sculpture or some sort of like totem here. This is very much like coming out of the wall, like it's part of the trunk itself or the stump. But before you have more of a chance to interact with it, you see the next one ahead of you leads you up to this door.
Yeah, and I'll start singing about how, like as we pass by, I'm like sort of whispering songs about how before Agdon, how much better things used to be. As I sort of like continue walking through, like I'm continuing to sow like these seeds of like the things that used to be kinder and better and lacking in the cruelty.
Why is that one following me?
Because he's escorting the group.
I can't see this room either.
Great. Well, there's some light. Here you go.
Thank you.
the room in here is clearly like a barracks. All these beds I've seen use, and one of them, you see a Herringon like almost jump out of his skin as you start singing in the room that they were sleeping in. They clearly have like laid in early. They may have been the. In fact, the Herringon explains like, apologies, these are the night watch. They're having a lay-in, so
Back to sleep,
they kind
gentlemen.
of stand to attention like, well, are we under attack? What's happening?
This is
intruders.
This is official business. No need to worry. Go back to bed. Sweet dreams.
Who?
Prince of
They're
Prismere.
they're an envoy for Agdon. So this door is closed and locked, and I'm gonna just say 1 second. Well,
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear screaming from I want to hear the chaos in his life right now.
you definitely hear some voices on the other side of the door, except one of the voices is clearly irritated and is like saying, "Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Just shut up!" And the other voice is like high pitched and giggling away, and they're like, "Yellow belly, act on the yellow belly." It's like, I'm not yellow. It's what? Who sent you? Who sent you?
I'm gonna pound my fist on the door.
Not now. I'm very busy.
Agdon, this is the royal envoy. Open up now.
He's not busy. Shush you. Royal envoy. You hear the other Herringon say, yes, it is the Prince of Prismere here to see you. Should we send them in? And they ask, Prince of wait. Who are they? Like, well, we got a Kenku and a human.
This is
a
where we need a
prince.
theme song, so whenever we're just outside a door, it comes on, and then we burst through.
Oh no!
Can
You
I start
guys.
playing as he opens the door?
He
I'm gonna
recognizes
start
the Kenku?
playing the.
He doesn't recognize the Kenku.
That's true.
As he starts
But-
doing, I'm gonna start playing the alternative version of his
Mhm.
melody. The
Yeah.
no one
No.
like the parody that is like talking about everything he did to flee and escape without like leaving his men to die. That
he slams the door open, if only to shut you guys up. He's still got like his branding iron ready, and he says, "You guys, get in here now, quick! Wait, just the two of you?"
Just the two of us. As I make a Garreth shaped path so he can walk behind me into the room.
Oh, I see. You're gonna try. Stop. He's trying to get past you, like to slam the door, and you manage to just get Garreth to like get in quick.
Mm-hmm.
He slams it shut and locks it, and tells the others, "Be gone, be gone." And the others are clearly like, "All right, fine, rude." Didn't even get the chance to introduce them, but he looks across back at you guys.
How good does he look? How does his hair look? How's his fur?
So his fur is kind of like ruffled. You see his scarf is like unwashed. It's not his normal blue luster, and you see his eyes. He's clearly like lost some sleep.
This room is
And,
also dark,
yeah.
just so you know.
Yeah, we can't.
Well, there should be some light, but here, have some more.
Oh, nice place.
So he looks across at you guys and goes, "Right, first of all, quit it with that music. All right, no more sing song.
You like
Got enough
singing
troubles
songs
as it
before?
is." Yes, before. Now they're all used against me. You've turned them against me.
Mind if I take a seat? Oh, sorry.
Wait.
You
Uh,
turned
Door
against.
open?
I will sort of lean on the table and I look at Agdon and say, you knowingly chose and stood against the will of Prismere. You decided to
You-
work with someone who's trying to hurt this place.
I didn't have much of a choice in the matter. I was either stuck on a tree doing nothing, or
That was.
I had to.
He didn't, I don't think he meant to do that.
No, I just meant
That
to
was part.
place a puddle.
It was part of the bargain. And what is your pumpkin doing?
He's
He's
got
puking up on the floor.
He's got the vomit.
Jack is feeling a bit sick.
Wait, we'll clean it up. Don't worry, we'll clean it up.
He's got the 6.
Mm.
He's commonly got that problem. He vomits all the time.
Yep, it just happens. Anyways.
Speaking of vomit, look, the very thought of working for old Slack Lorna, it makes me want to hurl as well, but I don't have much of a choice. I would have been stuck on that tree stump for forever if she didn't untie me.
Baerd will look at Agdon and say, if you had only waited till we showed up, we would have gladly helped you.
I
would have been waiting a while then.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Oh, no, I understand, man. It's like no one wants to be in prison forever, and you took the first out you could get. Totally understandable. But
It doesn't make it right.
Well, no, I mean, hey, you can't blame the guy. But unfortunately, the way the cards are stacked right now, you're in our way, right? So right now, it's like you gotta either surrender. We could fight. You could denounce Olorna, and then you can come join our side. But unfortunately, we're on opposite sides of the playing field right now. And if you want things to get better for you and your men,
Your men
we
have
might
told
be able
us
to
how
help
things
with
used
that.
to be.
We can
How
bring
much
back-
happier you and the others used to be.
That's the goal. trying to get back to that. We're trying to bring Zybilna back.
He picks up a carrot and starts nervously nibbling on it. Look, you don't think I already had a plan? You don't think that I already was thinking about old slack-jawed Lorna as a problem?
No, you're a smart guy.
I
see
had-
you were.
But you're
I
under her thumb.
had no intention of working for her forever. Same way I had no intention of staying pinned to that stump forever.
But being
was
a
just-
bandit doesn't help you.
That's temporary.
I'm gonna look him over. I wanna judge his statement there.
Mm-hmm. You can roll an insight check. 13. Well, it's hard to tell if he's lying or not. After all, he's clearly under a lot of nerves and stress. He's quite uncomfortable with you guys as a group throwing a spanner in the wrench, so it's unlikely he's going to be fully open with you all. But he does sound like he's, like he said, has a plan at the very least. He's just not telling you what that is.
Would you mind telling us what your plan is?
Maybe. Why should I trust you? You've already done so much to dethrone me and ruin everything. You're just gonna ruin this.
Look, okay, so the way things stand right now is like things are savable, right? We came here under the pretense that, I'm the Prince of Prismere. I was gonna talk to you to see if these rumors were true. I can go out there and I can make a statement to all your men that everything was false. We can restore your image, right? If you want to work with us.
Clear out of the tollway.
Or we can carry you out of here, taking your scarf, basically saying that you've been dethroned forcefully. The
You
choice
could-
is yours.
You could take your Harengon clear out of the Tollway and start making do at trying to take down Slackjaw.
Mm.
What is the wording of your deal? And perhaps we could find a way around it.
The wording of my deal. It goes something like, for my freedom, for being unchained from the tree stump, I have to work for Bavlorna. Do as she commands, but in the meantime, as long as I fulfill those requests, then I'm free to do as I like.
Baerd sort of thinks for a minute as he sort of... And is this deal with Agdon Longscarf? Is your name in the deal?
Yep. Yes, it is.
Then perhaps a change of
And-
name?
And
Change
a
of
change
name?
of scarf.
That's everything I'm known for. You're not touching my scarf, and I'm not getting rid of that. That is everything to me.
Well,
Baerd will sort
Well,
of
hold
lean
on.
backwards and say, I can tell you the value in learning to find another name. If you
Not
truly...
happening.
well, hold on. What's your plan?
I-
What's your plan?
He
Because-
looks at you, rolls his eyes. I don't think you'll like it.
Oh, definitely not.
So I got a better idea though. How about we negotiate you guys working for me, and then together we can overthrow Slackjawed Lorna.
We are not your lackeys. We work with Zabilna. We're
No,
higher up on the totem pole, as it were.
That would do what you said earlier, restore the whole respect in me, that they would look up to me finally. And
Baerd is going to stand up and say, "You." Baerd is going to walk up, touch the scarf for a second, and he's going to say,
whoa, he
"You
doesn't let
have
you.
to."
He jumps away.
No, I'm not necessarily. I won't force him to get up if he won't let me touch it. But I will look at him and I will say, "You have to become worthy of the respect they give you. We can't fix how they feel about you. You have to prove yourself worthy and sacrifice for them. If you are a true leader, you must be willing to sacrifice, including that which you think makes you, quote unquote, better than them."
Roll me a persuasion check. Garreth, roll me a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
He's jumping all over around the room,
Yeah.
and you're invisible but not silent.
Oh,
I
he's
had
invisible.
forgotten that I have
Okay.
advantage, but
24.
Yeah. Wow. You beaten that 20 on a just a persuasion check. All right. Look. My plan requires power. Lorna is powerful as well. The only way we're going to overthrow her, probably forcefully. And you see his eyes dart towards this door, where the puddle is, actually, as it happens.
Yeah, just a little bit indigestion.
I've been nursing something. I've been getting a little bit of extra power on my side, and hopefully, when it's strong enough, well, Bavlorna won't have a chance.
I'm gonna my eyes are gonna light up. Do you have a baby dragon?
Shh, don't.
No.
There's a damn sprite in this room.
Oh,
And
we
you
sent
hear,
the sprite.
Baby
Don't worry.
dragon! Whoa! What the?
We sent the sprite. Don't worry. The sprite works for
The
us.
sprite is like fluttering around the room. Like, what the? Baby dragon, are you insane?
Wait, sprite?
And
No, that's a pixie.
Is this right?
you're
invisible,
You're
man.
invisible. Unless you want to give away.
No, that
The sprite is absolutely going insane. Like, are you sure? What? That's insane. And Agdon's like, ugh. Whether you send it or not, can you tell it to shut up?
Hey, sprite. You've done a very good
Oh.
deed. I think
Yeah?
you've deserved a reward.
Ooh.
I will take out. Or here, I will gesture for the sprite to reach into a certain pocket that has a glittered freckles tincture. If you get someone to
Ooh.
consume this, it'll give them glittering tinctures, or it'll give them glittering freckles. Imagine all the pranks you could pull with that.
Freckles? Freckles are magical. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yep.
They happily snatch it up and they flutter around the room and land on the bed next to Jack. You want to try some?
nah.
Baerd looks at Agdon and says, "Power isn't the secret to change. It never was and never is, especially not here in Prismere. That's the lie the hags have made true."
Well, it's the best plan I could come up with. And
That's a good plan.
I mean, I would say a dragon historically have always come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
They're the most powerful creatures I can think of. And I certainly think Bavlorna will have a hard time dealing with a flying, breathing creature like this. So, look, it's...
We actually also know
it's
her
a foolproof.
weakness.
You do?
Baerd will wink at Agdon, like knowingly, like perhaps you should put your faith in us rather than some beast or guess. Like that sort of like knowing wink of like, yes, I do. Like he's like, I'm like basically it's as if I'm intentionally rolling a 1 on an insight check of like, or like a deception. Like I'm anti-deceiving him.
And a good thing is that weakness of hers, I think you would be good at exploiting it.
But if she commands you, you can't do that. Perhaps it is time to hang up the scarf and make yourself part of your people once more.
Don't like that analogy. The scarf is my whole identity.
How
You
does
are not
how does
Agdon?
How does Agdon the Hag Slayer sound to you? Does that sound pretty cool?
Agdon,
his
hero
eyes
of
go
people.
kind of.
Agdon,
His eyes kind of go wide, and like there's a fear in him, and he says, "Look, these sound great, epic almost, but the curse forbids me from directly doing anything against her. There's no chance I myself, or possibly even the other Herringon, can go toe to toe with her. That's why I got this dragon.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna take care of her, not me.
Mm-hmm.
And I swoop in and
can't take
become
the
the new
credit.
leader of Hither.
Baerd is going to look at Agdon and say, taking the credit like that will get you no further than what has trapped you here now. And he's going to point at he's going to sort of point, and I presume that like the pythons that were used to like pin him down, he's got like sitting on like a desk in the corner or something of like reminder of like never get trapped again or something. I'm going to point out like taking the credit for something you didn't do isn't going to get you anywhere, Agdon.
Well, look, but the dragon, will trust me, the dragon will work with me. So that's
Are
not
you
a
a
problem.
druid?
You can all three of you can roll insight checks. I'm not
I
a
believe
druid,
it.
no.
I want
read
to
them.
believe. I want to believe.
I read them from an egg.
I honestly
jeez.
don't believe him any. I don't even think I think to believe him, to be honest.
I want to believe him, but do I?
Vaike, you are not convinced that a dragon will ever be under the thumb of a Herringon, especially one as cowardly as Acton Longscarf,
Yeah.
who is, like you said, trying to swoop in and take the credit. I doubt a dragon's going to be best pleased with that outcome. But Agdon, to Garreth and Baerd, they do say, like, no, I raised this from just an egg. They trust me.
Baerd is going to look up at Agdon, and can I start telling a story of like an adventurer that tried the same thing, but it ends in the adventurer getting eaten? And start like naming off story after story of like rumors that I've heard, like this is the way that it always ends. Like this is like it is not like there's very few that ever succeed, and even those ones almost always are not because you raised it, it's because of some other reason. Like basically the fact that he's putting himself in danger, and if he does that, he will likely get eaten the moment he tries to take credit.
He does at the end of this say, look, even if there's some truth to those stories, what other choice do I have? Huh? I can't work against Bavlorna. It's not physically possible.
It's so you can't
Agdon.
harm her, right? Like you can't like hit her with your iron. Is there anything that says you can't run circles around her? Is that part of your contract?
No, not specifically.
And Agdon, how fast would you say? Would you say you're the fastest hare in Prismere?
A big smile on his face. Of course I am.
Well, because
That's
we
not
have
even a question.
We have a little information about.
Baerd is going to hold up a finger to Vaike and say, "Don't lay ourselves out on the table."
Yeah, I know. I know how to do this sort of stuff. What I have in mind, Agdon, you don't have to lay a finger on Bavlorna. You just got to be fast as possibly you can be. And not you working for us, and not us working for you, but us working together to bring back a better hither, I think is better. So that way you can spread that you are the hero of hither, which would be true because you did help us defeat the frog.
Besides, Agdon, if Agdon Longscarf is the one who made the deal, is the scarf what makes you fast? Like Baerd will look up and say, or are you truly the hare I think you can be? The fastest in all of hither, unbound by magic, or expectation, or even a name.
He looks down at the scarf, and you think you know the answer to that already, and that is the magical scarf that gives him the speed. And asking them what they would be without it, they seem to be picturing this as they hold the silk and run their hand down it. They toss it over their shoulder and look at you with a kind of new sense of determination, and they say,
I start whispering a song about the fastest hare in hither who was faster than their name. You will see them on the horizon running yet again, but this time they're running towards the danger, ready to take the fight. A hero for all of hither, and finding it in the light. As I sort of reference the idea that he doesn't need the scarf to be the hero. He doesn't need the name Agdon. Like, he doesn't need any of that to be the hero he wants to be.
Yeah, he stands up tall, and his ears kind of straighten out. You really know how to inspire. All right. We'll work together. But what about the dragon? I still have a dragon in my basement.
I've been kicking this up for a while, so
Yeah.
I hate for it to go to waste.
Wait, how big is the dragon? Gone.
They've grown quite big. I've had to increase their
man.
horde. The Tollway, but you know the Tollway and how we fee people for the gold. Yeah. But Bavlorna was never interested in gold. Most fake creatures don't see the value in it. The gold. He starts scratching the back of his head. The gold was for the dragon, and
wow.
Baerd is gonna
they
look
definitely want more and more.
Then me and my friends may be
It's quite a
able to
pile
help.
down there.
You think you may need like Baerd will like help. We could bring some of our friends, call them
Hey.
in.
If there's a
I was
dragon,
wondering where the rest of your friends are.
Yeah, I will go and retrieve Notus and Ulric, if like real quick, and bring
Okay.
them in here.
Yeah.
We've played like 75 rounds of rock, paper, scissors, both.
I was
rock,
literally gonna
like,
say
the
we were just
entire
playing
time.
rock, paper, scissors down
Uh-huh.
here.
That's hilarious.
Fighter
for
rogue
shares.
wizard,
Gold bar for shares.
Love it.
and I just
Hey,
want to bring
yeah,
them in.
okay.
a dragon in the Feywild. That's practically a Fey dragon, right?
Yeah, where did you get this dragon,
Um,
Agdon?
I'll hold on. As that's what Ulric and Notice here as they open up the secret entrance here.
Whoa.
Yep, the bookcase slides away and they welcome them in. They're still sopping wet. There you go. Yeah, as Ulric and Notice walk in, you hear Vaike. So where did you get the dragon? They look towards you guys and they're like, "Oh, gotta keep that down, all right."
Did you say dragon?
Can we see the dragon? I
You want to
the
see the dragon?
Why not?
Well, it only trusts me. I reared them from an egg, and I found that egg
color?
inexplicitly jettisoned from a gushing well, and I've
Oh.
been secretly raising them ever since.
Oh,
What color dragon?
Yeah. Oh, you know, the really dark, black-scaled type.
Ooh.
Ooh, Orc's gonna spit out water.
the entire party of people from the mortal realm
You
eyes
split it.
going wide. We're like, oh no.
Oh man! And would you say that it's like a young, an adult? It's not ancient, right?
No.
Oh God, Kevin.
This has been
Well, he said he reared it from an
this has
egg,
been
right?
going on a while. Yes.
Doesn't that mean that it has
That's
like
the
a
Acid
parent?
dragon type. Ew. Acid is not fun.
Okay.
Acid is not tasty.
They were so cute and cuddly when they were small, but
I look to see if he's got like bites on his arms and legs, like
Yeah, does he have,
obvious
like,
scars.
Does he have like acid burns on him? Like, oh my god!
does he have acid burns? You look
The
around
scarf
this
covers
room. You actually see next to Notice there is a small bucket, and in there is an umbrella, and you can see there is like acid burns and holes through the umbrella.
Wow.
I pulled the
don't-
umbrella out and put it up.
Yeah, it's riddled with holes.
Man looks at Agdon and just like calmly goes, "That is like one of the worst ones."
Yeah.
Did you just steal someone's
What?
baby?
No, as I said, it came out of an old well. I thought it was like a blessing in disguise. And, you know, they were great to begin with. Just really well behaved. And after a
behaving-
while, they ignored my my little nickname I gave for them.
Agdon,
Well,
you're
see, they
behaving
didn't
like
like-
a kobold.
What?
What was
A
the
kobold?
nickname?
Oh, well, I gave them like a little nickname like Onyx. They didn't like that, and I changed it to like Obsidian. They didn't like that. They named themselves now, and they demand I call them that. They're now called Ixjaharata. It's a much
Whoa.
more fancy name, I know, but
And how big are we thinking? Like, I'm gonna go stand next to Ulric. Like, how many like Ulrics and Vaikes would it take to make this dragon?
Like 2 or
They
like
kind of look-
3?
they kind of look over towards the 4-poster bed and say, it's big enough to fill that.
Oh, okay. I've fought bigger dragons than that.
And if we
Yeah,
have
you
to
have.
if we have to
Yeah,
take
we
it
have.
out, is that okay? Is that a Baerd will go? It's a black dragon.
It's my baby.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna think about fighting it, but I mean, I think we should definitely have a conversation with it. I don't think it should be here in the Feywild. I don't think it's supposed to be here.
We can't put it back. Like
We gotta. Look, you have been Mr. Let's not kill anything this whole entire time, Bird, and now like there's a dragon, and suddenly your feet get a little cold. You get a little shaky in the legs. We're gonna have to go save this guy. I'm not killing it. He didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't choose to be put in the Feywild.
it's just dangerous.
Hey, Danger's my middle name. Vaike, Iron Body, Danger. Oh, wait, hold on. Vaike, Danger, Iron Body. There we go.
Agdon, do you want to try to help us with your baby?
You see, he's like pulls on his ears either side, like tries to like cover his face with them. He's like, "This is really hard. You're telling me to just ruin and destroy everything that I've worked to grow and protect." You can
Sometimes-
see he's
Sometimes
torn.
the garden we didn't. Sometimes the garden that we didn't cultivate is the one that's worth growing.
And what about the garden that we did put all our effort into? What, we should just torch that and burn it down?
Well, if it's made of, we have to figure out what we're doing here because you've brought a dragon into the Feywild.
Well, he didn't bring it. He just found it and he raised it. See, I'm just,
Yeah, I brought it
like,
into the world, but I didn't. I wasn't responsible for. Look, whoever put an egg down a well, they're the ones responsible. Okay.
No, Agdon did the right thing. He raised it. He tried to give it good moral compass in life, but sometimes,
What does the name mean? What is the dragon?
I don't know.
Jaharata?
Extra.
I'm speaking about-
Hell if I know. Sounds draconic to me.
I know draconic, so
Oh, okay.
what does
he
it
does.
mean?
It probably means something like, hold up. I actually just had it a second ago. Yeah, like it probably means dethroner or something like that.
Oh my
like
god.
or puppet
Murder-
master or something
Murderer,
like that.
super killer, supreme, super evil, super
Yeah.
killer. I'm gonna betray you.
Oh my god.
A Baerd is going to look at Agdon and just like tell him what the name means.
Killer of my
Puppet
father.
master? Oh, I guess that makes sense. I think that does kind of make sense.
Hey,
I thought
Is
I
it-
was in control, but more and more they've been demanding more. It seems as though I've sort of lost control a little bit, but you know how they are, and they're teens, you know what they're like.
Oh, you know it.
part of being an adult is letting kids grow up and leave the nest. Isn't that right?
Have you had the talk with them yet?
No, she
Maybe you
locks
should let
herself
them
inside the.
Spread their wings.
Yeah. She's like not happy to see me unless I'm carrying a big bag of gold. You wouldn't happen to have any gold on you guys, would you?
Fresh out. I'm afraid.
No,
Got some rocks.
Ah,
we've got money. And we hold out rocks like we're all holding up handful
Yeah.
for
that's not. That's been working Wow.
I mean, it's been working
Wow.
for us. I don't think we've
yeah.
actually given it to anyone else.
Luckily, we haven't. Luckily, we haven't given you 3 rocks.
Yeah.
The sprite is like, ooh, rocks.
Yeah, I'll give the sprite.
You give it.
I'll give the sprite 3 rocks, and then I'll be like, "Hey, can you give these rocks to the hag?"
Sure. Yeah, I can
Thank
deliver
you.
them.
Thank you. You're the best. Oh, hold on.
Zip.
Before you leave, sprite, I didn't catch your name.
Huh?
You didn't?
Oh, no, it's Jellybean.
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 Is
I'm
Jellybean a
Vaike.
pixie or a fairy?
You're
I'm
one
a
of my.
sprite.
I'm
Wait,
one
is
of
it a sprite?
It's a sprite. Yes. You're one of my strongest allies. This is
Ah,
the most. This is the most
sprites.
sacred of duties, and I wish you swift flying.
Oh,
Pixie.
they're kind of heavy. You see them really struggling, like like going
You do it.
into
Oh yeah, that's
full power with
Pixie.
their wings.
No rush. No rush. You can do one at a time. You know, just as long as the 3 rocks get there.
Bavlana like looking at 3 rocks. Why? What's going on? What's happening?
Hmm.
We're planting the
Yep.
seeds.
You see the little sprite
Yeah.
flutter off.
Okay,
Okay.
let's ask Agdon.
Yeah.
Agdon, what do you want to do about the dragon?
Is there any
What's the-
instance of a black dragon turning out good in any story I've ever read?
Well,
Oh.
maybe we can write a news story.
No, I'm going off of Gareth's nature check from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, black dragons. Let's just find where is it? Actually, I'll read it straight from their token. Oh, it's right here. There it is. Okay, so yes, black dragons are notorious for their malice and cruelty to others. They are, excuse me, they're probably one of the most evil types of dragons normally. If the Feywild is any different, maybe there's a chance they turn out good, but 9 times out of 10, black dragons, it does seem to be almost in their nature as they grow into
That's
adults.
a generous estimate.
9 out of 10 is 10 out of 10.
I was thinking maybe 99 out of 100, but
9 times out of 10, yeah, I mean that's generous, right?
yeah, that's very generous.
So, Agdon, what do
Yeah.
you want to do? This is ultimately your decision. It's your kid.
Yeah, this is your
But
responsibility,
I'll
Agdon.
say this: to show that our alliance is strong, we will help you in whatever you choose.
We'll solve this problem. Whether you want us to talk it down or you want us to take it out.
I don't know if it can be talked down.
I'm pretty persuasive.
The clown makeup.
Right.
I'm pretty charming.
But the thing is, they seem to be. They think they hold all the cards now, right? So I doubt they're going to be wanting to negotiate. They're probably more likely to give you an ultimatum than anything.
Oh,
Oh.
Can we not simply send it home?
Is there a way
Oh.
we can get it out of the Feywild?
yeah. Do we even know how to get out of the Feywild?
No idea. We've not
You-
considered that.
You may have the best of intentions with it, but something powerful like that could quite easily turn and do terrible things. You may care for it, but and think that you're doing the right thing by it, but it needs to go home.
Oh.
Speaking as someone
Well-
who was the dragon in their instance, it needs to go home.
All right. Let's try and talk to it. But
No,
I
you don't
can
need to
tell
talk
you
to
already-
it, but we can find a way to send it home.
I don't know how we would do that.
Well, we will find a way. For now, we just have to placate the dragon until we figure it out.
I don't
Well,
think
We
that
do
would work.
have a way. If you guys recall, we found a giant pixie ring in a pixie town, but the mushrooms were destroyed. If we can somehow fix the mushrooms, get the ring working, and then we can lure the dragon over there.
But where does the ring lead?
Baerd's gonna hold out his
You
hand.
can't
Oh.
just send it through a
Mm.
random portal. It could attack hundreds of people.
We can't just send it back to
I
the
didn't think
mortal
that
plane.
far. I didn't think that far. I didn't think that far.
Just shove the dragon in the hole and, they'll deal with
The aim of
it.
the game is to bring Zybilna back, right? She's going to have the power to transport it wherever it needs to go.
So you're
Mhm.
saying we
mean-
just leave it? We just let it cook in there? Is what you're saying?
Anyone
Just
else
leave
got a
it-
better idea?
You're right, Notus.
I think that we should probably. I think if we're going to get it to listen to us at all, we would have to knock it out first.
We're gonna knock out a dragon.
We're gonna go find a dragon.
Yeah,
That's the
ew.
plan.
I mean, if this thing's evil and dangerous, would sending it home really be the best course of action?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe-
send
maybe-
it to a place with other dragons, perhaps.
How big is it?
You could fit in that 4-poster bed over there.
We might
Is
be
it-
able to
Is
deal with
that
it.
like a young dragon or younger?
With your 19, you know that would be a wormling.
So it's a pretty young dragon.
Oh, that's we can handle a wormling, maybe.
A wormling, by the way, should normally be a medium-sized creature, but it sounds as though it is getting bigger. Obviously, it might be a powerful wormling, on the verges of getting to that sort of size. Like a wingspan of a dragon is bigger than 5 feet, of course, as well.
Well,
but,
this has nothing to do with Pavlona.
Yeah,
so
it is
there's no Agdon help
You
us.
understand it's a wormling,
Yeah.
not a young dragon, at least. Still, no less deadly. And Garreth,
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that the other information is in the chat for you if you care to know.
Yeah.
But with a natural 20/19, you would know all of that other information about them as well. Specifically, the most key part is that they revel in bringing down civilizations, and they revel in the collapse of humanoid kingdoms.
Oh.
And just kingdoms in general. So imagine, like, if Vaike comes down there saying that they're a monarch or a king, they're going to, yeah, you get that, yeah.
Yeah, we got beef.
If Garreth does like whisper that to Baerd, Baerd will point it
Garreth
out
will
back.
relay the information, and Jack will just plain out tell you.
And when
No.
Jack does that, Baerd will look at Agdon and say, "It's literally been intentionally bringing down the Harengon civilization."
Mm.
What? No, they don't want to bring
Well-
down the Haringons. They agreed with my plan. They already know about Pavlona, and they agreed we should dethrone her.
Yeah, and then the dragon is gonna claim all the lands and rule over you.
You're probably the first to go.
Well, maybe second
Ooh.
after
Ye-
downfall.
No, he'd probably keep
like,
the dragon
loosens-
would probably keep Agdon as like a pet, like
If he's
keep him
lucky.
around,
He-
like a court jester.
He like tugs the scarf around his neck, like. "Ugh."
Mhm.
Is that what you want to be? Agdon the court jester?
Hey,
No-
don't we know a
no.
guy that's also looking for a dragon?
You-
He's looking for a fairy
Can't
dragon.
we just send that guy after this one?
Oh, it's
Send Zargash down there.
yeah, there's a dragon in there. Yeah, we found the
Zargash,
dragon.
We found
I'm
a
sorry
dragon.
for earlier, but we got your dragon, dude. Just come over here.
Well, I mean, this is above the table, but Bird just had a conversation with Zargash where Zargash said, I'm not going to be the one to get the fairy dragon. I'm going to tell me and I'll tell the Soggy Court and they'll do it. So,
Yeah, he said if you find the dragon, tell the Soggy Court, because he sounds
Yeah.
like he's done with this.
yeah,
He says he's got more important things to do now. That's true. Yeah, it does sound like he's given up on the search, but
Yeah.
This would have been
Yeah.
great like 3 sessions ago.
it's true.
But yeah, I think genuinely, so like above the table, I think genuinely our best thing is we're going to fight the dragon no matter what's going to happen.
Oh,
But whether or not we kill it is going to be a decision we
Mhm.
make at that point.
Yeah, because we don't know, because time is funky here and it's growing, so we don't know within the span of what we consider to be like days if it will get bigger considerably or not, or how fast it actually grows. So if we just leave it and kind of go about our day, it could just get massive. Like if the
Also-
plan is to shove it through a portal, it'd probably be easier while it's small and unconscious.
that was a bad plan. That was a bad plan. Like,
I mean, it could be good if we.
Farrowing
it
might not
could
be
be
the
good.
bestest of ideas.
If
Steph
we
made a
know
very
where
good
the
point.
portal leads, it could be good. If we know where it goes.
But yeah,
I was
Bagdon,
considering banishment, but I
We got
won't
four
be
double
able to.
spells.
I won't be able to get that spell.
A big hammer could banish this thing.
That's true.
I think that I look to Agdon and say, well, are you willing to help solve the problem that got started?
I can try, but like, I'm not in control here, so don't expect me to solve the problem. But I can help.
We just
don't
need
want-
an extra pair of hands.
I don't want him to be fighting his own kid. That's messed up. That doesn't sit right with me.
It is messed up, but Longscarf doesn't seem like he's pulling out his weapon to do this.
Yeah.
Sounds like he wants to talk. Like he said, he wants to talk to them, but
We
that's
can
up to the
try.
group. Just
Yeah.
Like,
we'll
I
go
think
down.
we're playing it safe.
But he's already warned against going down there without gold. He's warned that they're probably more likely to give you guys an ultimatum than to be able to negotiate with them. Hello, Jack. What the fuck? Going straight down in there?
Jack is
I
going
see
to
that.
take a sneak peek.
I think he's
Okay.
shaking his head.
Jack is scouting ahead. So as he goes down,
Jack
You
is stealthily
see-
going down.
give me a stealth check.
20.
What?
20. Wow. Okay, good. Because you needed something high. All right. The stench of rotten decay is very prevalent as you come down here. Let me change up the music as well here. Something like, I don't know. All right. Okay, so the room contains a pool of foul water that stinks of dead fish and rot. Thick, oppressive roots surround a small, mossy landmass in the center as you descend the stairs. And as you come around the corner of that staircase, you have to actually come around and out from behind the stairs. You do see in the far right of the chamber, atop a muddy mound, sparkling with embedded coins and odd trinkets, lies a black dragon. It's there. It's scaly. It's chilling. And you could say that it looks asleep. But it's odd. Give me a perception check with Jack.
Perception Jack.
Mm-hmm.
6.
No. You think it's asleep. It looks asleep. It's laying there pretty still atop its pile of coins. Doesn't look like it's noticed you either. At least you hope.
Mm-hmm.
But indeed, yeah, it is a medium-sized creature, just so you know, but the token looks a little larger because of its wings spread out, its tail lounging
Medium or
across the
large?
gold. Medium.
That's a large medium token. Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay, where's
Yep.
the stairs?
So you're telling me I can grapple this thing, DM?
Oh, there's the stairs.
Yeah, technically you are
Oh,
allowed
boy.
to grapple a medium-sized
Ulric, are
creature.
you ready? We're gonna double grapple this thing.
You could grapple a large creature, in fact.
Mhm.
Yep.
You just have difficulty.
I think
Good.
I think he's
pull-
asleep. Or
I will
she.
pull out. I'll
They-
pull out
they are
my
asleep.
golden cup of advantage.
I'll take
Golden
off the
cup of
mon-
its
I'll
fantasy.
take
It's
I'll,
empty,
t- I'll,
but it's a,
I'll
it's a
take off
gold
the
cup.
I'll take off the monarch crown and my golden earring.
I don't think you can
So-
take the crown off.
Yeah, I can. Watch it.
Can you?
I take it off. It comes off, right?
What are you intending to do with it? Just hide it?
No, just told it. That you said that the dragon would only listen if we brought gold.
Mm.
I see. Okay.
I got a golden earring and I got this golden crown. That's it. Ulric, I know you got jewelry.
Got it.
What do you got?
Wait, we're gonna talk?
Are we not gonna talk?
We can try.
Do we want to
I-
try? Because I mean, like, end of the day, we beat up the dragon and we get our stuff back, or we talk, and the dragon's like, "Okay, I don't want to get beat up," and then we. Go
If
about
we
our
can
day.
get the dragon to willingly give away its malice, I have the golden stopper. I could put it in a jug and take the malice.
I thought it was just memories. Well, you're gonna take away its childhood memories of Agdon, so that way it doesn't feel bad when it kills it.
Mm.
It's a memory, memories of cruelty, I guess, like memories of acting cruel. But I don't know. That's I don't know if that would work.
Mm.
Well, you can tell from the way Agdon's raised it. You raised it from an egg,
So yeah, it's
and
not-
they didn't impart any cruel. Agdon didn't teach it to be cruel.
Mhm.
It's in its very nature.
Yeah, I think that we may just have to fight this dragon, guys. I don't. We can try. We're gonna try for Agdon, but I don't think that.
How much longer would invisibility last?
Lasts like an hour.
But I think we should
Feels
probably.
like we should be at the edge of the hour.
Yeah, I would say it's about to run out.
Yeah, I think we should go down with Agdon and tell Agdon to bring his weapons just in case. But because
Yep.
we don't know how this is gonna go.
He grabs his umbrella for what little good it does. Says, "All right, we're doing this. Follow me." Just,
Here, or I'll put the
do-
crown. I'll put the crown back on my head, but I'll take my earring off and I'll put it in his hand, and then I'll suggest everybody who has any golden jewelry to give it to Agdon.
Hmm?
Any gold?
Oh.
I will hand him the golden cup from the potion of advantage. It's technically just a cup, but it's a.
All right. Okay, he holds it. Starts to head
I'll
down.
borrow the 4 ringlets from
Oh,
the
yeah, from the
main
maple.
bowl.
Okay. You see, there is as Vaike, you look to be the last one to go down here.
Yep.
You see a noticeable amount of spiders suddenly skitter across the woodwork and start following you down the stairs.
Excuse me.
They are
Oh,
tiny little.
After you,
Are you
gentlemen.
hungry?
All right. Okay.
Yeah. They
Oh.
come down out of the beams, out of the cracks in the wood. They're tiny little things. Not actual massive spiders. These are just regular sized house spiders.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
yeah,
step on
they
them.
follow you down.
No, yeah, we're going into a
Mhm.
black dragon lair. It's probably got something to do with that, but Bake doesn't know that.
Mm.
Ulric,
You
you're
step
back.
down into the mud.
Cough up all
Yep.
your golden jewelry.
I'm-
I know
Oh,
you got
yeah,
a bunch of jewelry.
Yeah, all my golden jewelry.
Does Agdon have a torch?
Oh my God.
Yeah, does somebody have a torch?
Agdon doesn't have a torch, but I can give
I have a
you one.
torch.
Oh yeah, actually,
Yeah.
Agdon's okay, yeah, you can just light a torch. It's fine. All right. Sure. Where is Ulric? Let's just give him light. Was it 40 dim, 20 bright? Yeah, something like that. Ooh,
Mm.
okay. There you go.
just realized something that Jack can do.
Yeah. You want to do it? Now's the time. Okay, so
Of
you're
course he
casting a
can.
spell straight off the bat.
It's not really a spell, it's his tattoo effect.
Roll initiative. You're just straight up firing a spell off. You know how this works.
Yeah.
You do something aggressive, it will immediately incur some level of aggression.
Come on, I just need a good initial roll
And-
once in my life. Fuck.
The fact that it rolled a nat 20 speaks volumes about it pretending to be asleep this entire time. That was an interesting, silly mistake there. Okay, well, Agdon will also roll. Ulric, as you come down to the bottom of the steps, you see Jack attempt to cast a spell. The tattoo on them lights up, flares, and suddenly a sparkling array of glitter begins to rain down on the pile of gold and copper at the back of the room. You hear a hissing growl, and suddenly the ground beneath you begins to writhe as worms and maggots suddenly squirm in the mud and rise to the surface of the water. You see all the spiders begin to skitter and dart in every direction as this creature rises up to its full height, kind of standing on top of the pile, and you hear it kind of bellow out this hissing
Robotic.
roar.
Robot.
Well, just as well, because its distorted voice is hissing and roaring at the same time. And you can hear it like bellow out. And you can hear also the sizzle of acid as if it's already billowing a breath. But you'll be up first, Ulric, as you can hear it shouting. It'd be in, I guess it would be in common to begin with. Because Agdon has actually Agdon's taught it common.
Man, what a
But,
good, what a good father. Father of the year.
Right? Yeah. But it
So
sounds absolutely pissed as Jack tries to unleash this spell.
Is the water like deep?
Yeah, it is. Except for this island, this island you can walk around on, no problem. The water, it's like waist high, so
Well, you said that I was.
you
coming
can feel the
last,
bottom.
Right. So I
Yeah,
would
you
probably
came down
be-
last.
I would probably be swapped with Baerd, right? I'd probably be like right here. Or
Sure.
honestly, I'd probably be right here, and Baerd would be like to my left. Yeah, probably like that.
Yep.
I can't even
Alrighty.
see this thing yet.
But yeah, it's deep enough that you could at any time basically just put your head under and breathe. But of course, you got the bottle anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
You can also just jump across it, right?
Agdon's down here. They see Agdon, of course. They see you charging towards it.
Could I just jump on here? Because it was 15 feet of. It was 15 feet of my movement
could
when I
leave
was
that.
like right there. Okay.
Yeah, you land onto the pile of the treasure, and they see that as an affront to them, of course. They look at you.
Alrighty. This baby dragon. I'm gonna swing a hammer at this baby.
Hold on, you gonna rage?
Mhm.
Or are you
Oh,
confident?
yeah, I'm gonna rage.
Okay,
I have
okay.
it open. Ooh, that'd be funny if I didn't rage, though, huh?
No, it wouldn't. I don't want to have a funeral.
I'll rage. I suppose.
Agdon says, no, sorry, we'll come down here and disturb your sleep. He's trying the best to salvage the situation, but Ixjaharata turns around and says, what manner of thralls are these? You want me to test their worthiness? Oh, dare touch my... You dare touch my hoard? As it's like looking at you in disbelief, as like just jumped onto its gold. It's just staring at you like, how could you possibly do this? How dare you? And then crack across the face. You see, it loosens a tooth, that's for sure.
What do you think you are?
Ulric,
Agdon turns.
are you using Sundering?
Yeah, I use Sundering.
Okay.
I
All right.
remember you, Ulric.
Oh boy. You see Agdon saying, they're here to test. This is a mock fight. We're testing to see if you're truly ready to take on Bavlorna. That's right. Yes, these are mere thralls. Ready for the new
Baerd is
training.
going to look at Agdon and say, "You need to learn how to tell the truth, Agdon. If you're a leader, tell the truth."
Oh, right. Ixjaharta, you need to go home. The Feywild is not a place for you, and you don't even belong here. Don't you care about finding your parents? We can find a way for you to get back. There's mushroom circles. And Ixjaharta turns and says, I care little for my home. I can make a new home. I've heard Downfall and its monarchy there. I will become a queen of your kind. Herringon and Bullywugs combined. Then I will call it my home. Once I'm sat upon it, the treasures of this land. And it turns to you, Ulric, and is certainly going to... Well, I think it's going to turn to you, and it begins to almost regurgitate. It makes like this regurgitating sound as it begins to build up bile and acid in its throat.
It's all right.
Is it though? You see it finally huck out all of this massive spew in your direction, and fortunately I haven't got enough to get anyone else, but you take the brunt. I need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
We take
That's a
those.
lot of damage. That's
You
a
can
lot
do
of
it.
damage.
It's only 10. It's gonna be 10.
Oh, so I have advantage on this, right? 'Cause
Yep.
It's an effect I can see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Danger sense. Oh, speaking of that, danger sense, you no longer need to see whatever it is.
No,
I will give you
That's
a
a fail,
That
regardless.
is
I'll give,
not a
I'll give you a
success.
Bardic inspiration.
I don't
I'll give him a
even-
bardic if he needs it.
Go
would
ahead.
A +6, would
You
a
can
+6
try.
even work?
Maybe.
We could find out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
+6
what a
will
plus.
work.
There's a +3. Work.
A 3? So it makes
according
it
to the
12.
automation, the save is 11.
13.
You make it then.
Woo!
So you take half.
Oh.
What do you say?
Hey,
What do you
Ulric.
say to Ulric as?
Ulric,
What, sorry?
monsters. Ulric, you're good at fighting monsters. Keep an eye out.
Oh, I so am.
Oh boy,
Sure.
yeah. At that burst of inspiration, you realize you have a chance to just quickly skid down the gold pile and dodge to the right, as it's clearly not trying to destroy its own hoard, and you kind of use that against it to basically position yourself more in an angle, and the acid spews across the ground, dissolving sections of the mossy island, and straight after that, it is going to fly upwards into the air, which would provoke an attack of opportunity from you.
Cheater!
Ooh.
Oh, it's going in the air. I'm cooked.
Wait, does it?
Can I the attack of opportunity, can I make it a sundering attack, or do I have to make it as a normal attack?
You can choose.
Okay.
What was your first attack? Was it just a normal one?
It was a
My first one was
Sundering.
the sundering attack.
It was sundering. Okay.
Yeah, and then this one was also sundering, but it missed.
All right then. So, yeah, you did a minimum of 1 plus your strength plus rage, so it was still like 8 damage, right, on the first swing.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. The dragon does kind of whip its wings out, and with a buffet of wind, sends you back, and you've got no footing on the gold as it kind of begins to sift down towards the mud. And as it does, it launches itself out of your range and into the air. But this is not very high. The ceiling, it's really only about 10 feet. So those stairs you descended went down 10 feet, and it can only get up to the kind of roots and vines that are hanging down, but it's not got any higher than that. Afterwards, I think it's gonna... Where is everyone else? Yeah, they're around the corner. So I think we're gonna move away from that and go to here.
Also wanted my
Alright,
attacks to be
these-
non-lethal. I'm not trying to kill
Okay.
this thing.
Understood. All right. So yeah, Agdon mostly wastes his turn trying to negotiate with this creature. I don't want to. He's very hesitant to strike at it, and with the very initial plan was to talk to it. It's still trying to do that, but if things go bad, then he might have to jump in.
How did Agdon react to the fact that it was basically like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be the conqueror? Like,
Agdon looks down at the ground. You can't quite see his expression from this angle, but you do see a white knuckle grip begins to form around his brand as it ignites with the symbol of 3 dancing hares. And if you have a little closer look at his art, you'll actually see them.
yeah.
Oh,
I call out to Agdon and say, "You're a hero, Agdon. Act like one."
Okay, that's Notus's go now.
Okay, let's hope my rolls are better than last week, people. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
go Notus.
Sweet. I'm then going to action
Sundered.
surge.
You son. Damn.
Can I do that with my
Action surge,
crossbow?
oh god.
Hmm?
Yeah. I think so.
I've
Alright.
only got it on my S-Dock. I didn't know I could do it with my bow as well.
You can action surge. You
Oh, no,
gain
I
a
thought
whole
you meant
another action.
sundering, but if the sundering is what's
Oh, no,
reduced
no.
it, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just looking at its AC and your hit.
Yeah. Right. Let me action surge. Consume ability.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And...
Damn.
It's
And then
still
I'm gonna use my
standing.
movement to hide behind here.
Oh, hey, Notus.
Yep.
What's going on out there?
2 incredibly precise shots. Where do you want to aim these? Like wherever you hit, you tell me. Like into the
For-
chest.
Yeah, I'm aiming for like where it sort of gathers the bile to almost puncture it eventually, so it leaks essentially, rather than filling. So it might reduce some damage, but
Wow. The shots are right into its throat then. And one of them pierces what looks to be a jugular because blood just starts spilling out and spurting into the water, as well as, like you said, the weird kind of like alchemical sac in there that's just bursting with bile and
Notus
acid. It's
feels
spilling
this
out of
situation.
it.
She just wants this over with as quick as possible. She doesn't even want to think about
Yeah.
this.
Okay, Garreth, you're up.
I can hand you the dust of dryness again if you want that.
Nah. I am considering. I really want this dragon to be a giant flying piñata.
It's not happening though.
Nope.
Check save again. Yep, it kind of swoops around and dodges all the glitter and in amongst the vines and roots.
Okay. If you really don't wanna,
Okay.
then I'm just gonna cover you in
Goop.
goop.
Goop. Hey, what do you mean goop? Can't do that.
As
You can hex
in-
it, sure.
Yeah, hex as in covered in the goo to give them disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay. You got it. Baerd, you up.
No, no,
Oh, wait,
no,
Jack
no,
can
no.
do
I still have my action.
Oh, did you use fairy fire? Well, shit.
Jack used fairy fire,
Jack. Our second
and I
use,
used
huh?
hex. And
Okay. Well,
Eldritch Blast
Yeah.
for 7 damage.
how do you want to do this? Doesn't get a second turn.
Wait, is that already?
Yep.
Wow.
Right,
The
so
action.
Sleep! And then it takes another
Sleep.
1d6 falling damage.
you would kill it with force damage. No, there's nothing non-lethal about that.
Yeah.
You would
I wanted
slice
that.
open across its throat,
There is
and yeah,
no
certainly
remorse.
the
There
dragon
is-
twirls in the air, and you see its head kind of go limp and loose, and it spirals down into the ground, and with a massive splash, and you see the creature it is no more. There's this one twitch from its wing as it tries to like swim in the water, but you can tell it's not getting back up from this. The spiders in the room begin to skitter away, almost as if they've been freed from something, and the maggots and the worms seem to just work their way back into the water from whence
Does the
they
water
came.
like almost like go from like cloudy to clear, like we've just cleared like a sickness?
This
There
is the elder
is a
this
feeling
is the
of-
elder tree. This is what's corrupting the tree.
Certainly feels like it. It won't be immediate, but you can see the first stage is definitely like freeing the minions of this place. So all these little creepy crawlies begin going back to
Okay.
whatever business they were.
I'm going to walk over to Agdon and I'm going to. I presume he's like just standing there, like almost in shock.
Yeah.
I'm going to pat him
He's-
on the back slightly and just go, "It's not your fault. You were trying to do something good. Even through evil means, you just wanted to help your people."
He nods and begins to walk over towards the body, and you see him wade in at waist height and kind of lifts up the head of the dragon.
We can give it a burial. Maybe it will come back as a
Wait, it's dead?
dragon of the Fae.
Yeah, Garrett
It's
just killed
really
it.
dead.
Oh man.
I'm
Perhaps
sorry, you
the
didn't even
Feywild-
get
murdered
around.
this child.
Wait, guys, what's going on down
Big
here? Those
win.
spiders. I was talking to the spiders. What's that? Whoa!
Jesus. Yeah.
As you
Scary
see
damage
Garrett next to
from
the
Notus.
dragon, you see a goldness over his face that you've never seen before on him.
Mm.
I'm gonna go look through the horde.
Perhaps the
Okay.
Feywild may see. Perhaps the Feywild may see it fit that what you did was an attempt at good, and perhaps its spirit may may be swift, and a fairy dragon may be born this day, somewhere here, rather than corrupted by the world of men.
As you say, a fairy dragon's born this day. You definitely see a tear sort of roll down Agdon's cheek as they look at their They really treated it much like a child of theirs that they reared. But
Perhaps this is the moment
Yeah,
that Agdon Longstarf should change and be the person people need of him, even without the long scarf.
see him sort of sniffling and fighting back the tears, but he doesn't say anything in response.
I will start playing a sort of a melancholy but like hopeful tune, as everyone's sort of just like making do, singing about how life at its end isn't the end of like things, that perhaps it's the beginning of something new. That change is what the Feywild is about.
The pile of treasure. It's certainly full of different trinkets and things here. Vaike, you can see, well, gold, copper is the biggest components of this pile, but in amongst it, there are other little trinkets here. So, if you want,
Can I also
you can,
look through it?
Yeah, both of you can roll me the trinket table, and
How do I
well,
access
amongst
that?
this, oh, so on the top right, there should be a tab called Rollable Tables. If you click that, you'll see Fey Oddity Table.
Feywild trinkets?
Right? Feywild Trinket, sorry. Yeah, that's the one. And then click that. And then it'll open up the table. And then on that, you'll now see, scroll way to the bottom. There should be a roll button.
I'll give myself advantage on that. It's not important, but I want to do it.
Yeah, for sure. It seems to soothe Agdon's soul in this moment, knowing that this was for the best and something he's got to live with. It's a hard truth that he's got to swallow. So, for Ulric, amongst the random trinkets, there is a paintbrush made entirely of ceramic, even the bristles. And Vaike, you can roll that as well. Did you find it?
I did. I got a tiny wig, a tiny beehive wig made for sprites or pixies, and the sprite just left.
Is there a piece of the horn or tooth of the dragon that like I can see that's like kind of ended up like on the ground unnoticed for a moment?
Yeah. The first swing from Ulric's maul sent a tooth flying.
Yeah, I will pick it up and I will start like wrapping it with leather, and I say, and I look towards Agdon and I say, Agdon Toothbearer.
They take it from you and they kind of nod and say, yeah, it's got a ring to it, but it's done. I'm gonna get back upstairs and I'll see you up there.
I'll make sure that these few don't scuttle around too much.
Let's bury the dragon in the gold.
I'm going to look for Notus real quick, and I'm going to take out the 2 acorns that I have, and I will ask Notus if she can tell any difference between the 2, since I now have 2 of them.
So yeah, Notus, looking at these acorns, you can tell one of them clearly gives off like a vibe of orange, and the other one seems to be giving off this strange kind of sickly color, yellowy green.
I just point to the orange one and I just say, this one's happy, this one's not.
Thank you, Notus. I'm
not actually downstairs, by the way.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I will have I'll help Garreth bury the dragon and
Oh, not in here.
Oh, you're not gonna bury it here? Okay.
Not here. Outside. Not in the tree.
Okay.
Why? It'll be great news tree, so we can bury it with all the gold.
No, this thing is evil.
Oh. Okay.
Can I look for what looks like in this room? Is there any spot that looks like it would be the heart of the tree? Would it be like at the back of where all this gold is? Like a
You can look around, but a heart of a tree.
the closest thing to the center, the
It doesn't look like a heart or center, but rather the stairs would be the direct like geological like center, like that would be there. But not like a beating heart, like a fey thing. You can see the closest you can think of is back upstairs. There was some sort of protrusion, a woman like emerging from the actual bark itself. That was the closest thing you saw to like a manifestation of the tree. Real quick,
But
wait,
it was the grandfather
there's something
oak,
else.
not the grandmother oak.
So, Ulric, Vaike, whilst you burying yourselves in this treasure, together you both find some sort of scaled ornament. It's like a black opal bracelet that seems to fit around the wrist. And it seems to have been carved to give the impression of being made from like actual scales. Black dragon scales.
Like we both find them? There's like two of them, or is it just we find one?
You together you find it because you're the two like rummaging, right? Yeah, that's what you find.
And then so they're like scale like bracers?
It's a scaled bracelet.
Bracelets.
Yeah, it's black opal. But it's not actually made of scales. It's just got the impression to look like scales, but it's actually just an opal like gemstone.
Or hold that up to my wrist. How does it look?
Yeah.
Hold on, hold it up to yours. Hold it up to yours.
Yeah, how's it look?
It enlarges to fit around the big wide wrists of Ulric to magically fit around them.
That looks pretty good on you, man.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
Don't forget, he's already got as well like shackles around them. So this one's more like an armband, right? It's probably around like a bicep.
Wait. Yeah, can you put it on your? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, don't flex too hard; you'll break it.
It seems to always magically like fit, extend. Even if you flex, it like enlarges with your bicep. It's like
cool.
Oh yeah, and then so the wig, the paintbrush, and that are the only like things of interest. There's nothing else in here. Just gold that we have no use for.
Right. Sorry. Everyone else, you can also roll a D100 if you want to find something. Otherwise, yeah, it is just copper, about 1,000 of it. There's like 650 silver. Oh, sorry, gold. There's 3 hematites. Hematites. They're like a bloodstone, and they're worth 10 gold each. And anyone.
I forgot this is a table.
If you would,
actually roll them.
Garreth finds a tinted glass monocle that makes all things look green. And Baerd, you find a crystal orb that allows an elf who holds it to fall asleep.
Give Notes the
tinted
monocle.
Glass.
Give Notes the monocle. Can she see color?
just everything's green.
Everything's happy now.
Well, to see that color, would you normally need to be able to see color to begin with? Is the question. It makes things look green, but in the eye of Notus, it's always gray.
Magical green.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it like a magic? Because it's magic. Right.
Yeah.
So just when she looks through it, would it be green?
All right.
I don't know.
You could try. You want to head up and give it to Notus? You can.
I feel that feels like a nerf though, because like, what if she like reads someone's emotion and then they're just green, they're green constantly.
You don't have to wear it.
Right.
You said it was 3 hematites.
3 hematites worth 10 gold each. Gemstones, yeah, that's right.
Okay. I'll take those.
Hematites.
Because they're to be used. People might want those.
Got it.
I think we should bury the
Um,
dragon
what was
with all this money.
I don't think we should do that. That's that sounds like a one-way step to dragon madness.
What? But I love this horde.
I don't care about that money, but I don't want this dragon in here.
But yeah. All right, Ulric,
Can someone help
I'll
me
Jack,
get the
Yeah, we
dragon
got it.
out?
yeah, we'll pick
you
it
can
up.
also you can
Yeah.
roll one for Jack.
Ooh. Roll.
Sustained sock. The nugget of gold. This one
What?
seems quite fitting for me.
Each
Yeah.
day at time.
He could light it, use it to put it inside to make himself a jack-o'-lantern every morning.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, I like this.
If I was to put my trust in the Feywild as I like hold out the orange colored acorn to try to find a spot down here in this clean like the water as it
The
is
water is
kind-
foul smelling and filth,
Oh.
like dirty.
I guess I'm just looking for a spot that would feel right here.
Nothing feels right down in this below the trunk itself. I will say that much. It is corrupted. I will say this: Garreth knows that within a number of days, usually the presence of a magical being such as a dragon will begin to fade. Though whether this thing will truly heal, we don't know. Well, it's chopped. We know that it's definitely dead, but the ground and the soil has been like basically desecrated by this presence. It'll take a number of days for it to return back to a normal state of decay, but regardless, nothing down here looks suitable at this time.
We need to purify or some sort of cleric.
Did you give the? Do you want to try the tinted glass with Notus?
Where's
Hey,
Notus?
Notus, could you come down here for
Upstairs.
a second?
Let's end combat real quick.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go. You nibbling on some carrots
Here.
there, Steph?
No.
Okay.
got something.
Right, you walk past Garreth. Who's
Oh.
trying to give you something.
I don't know where I'm going. Someone said come down here.
Then we all decided to go up
And then we
there.
decided we go to you.
Yeah.
Where is it? Try this. What do you see?
You hold it up to your eyes,
Mhm.
and for the first time in what feels like forever, you see the color green in a natural state, not on other people, but on other things, like normal mundane objects suddenly have this green color. And
These are green.
it is such, it catches you off guard so much seeing color like this. It brings you back to your childhood and fills you with memory and nostalgia. You remember the color of grass, you remember leaves and people's eye color with green and all the textures and fabrics. You remember this color, like you worked with this a lot. This is one of your favorite colors, and you just also kind of remember the emotion with that your emotion associated with green. And what would come to mind? What does green mean to Notus?
Green to Notus is probably her dad's shop, like back before all of this happened. It's, you know, it was the color, one of the colors on the dress that she wore the day she went to the carnival. It's, you know, the interior of the shop, the walls were the same color. It's as you said, it's childhood memory, and it's kind of bittersweet that she's able to see, experience, and feel this after what she's just done.
Hmm. You catch Notus really just staring off, holding this piece of glass up to their eye.
How does the world look? Notice.
Green.
Do you like it?
My eyes are green. So, my vest is green, so you can see some of the right colors.
Really?
Yeah. Well, now we just gotta get a monocle in every other color, and we just stack them on top of each other, and then you can see.
Does Notus actually like laugh a little bit? Is there
Yeah,
that cat Notus?
Does she laugh at that?
A little bit, yeah.
Whoa. I'm gonna raise my hand in the air. First person to make Notus laugh. That's right.
She sort of turns it in her hands, and then she'll go over to Agdon and she'll be like, "Can I keep this?"
You see, he's sitting on the bed right now, looking at the tooth, and he says, "Oh, yeah. Shouldn't really be asking me to keep it. It was never mine. I don't know whose it is."
No, it doesn't feel right to take it from there without you saying it's okay. It feels like it belongs to them.
It was stolen. Notice it was stolen. The brigands, they probably ransacked it from someone or had someone hand it over. So it was never the dragons. It was never mine. You can keep it.
Baerd looks pensive for a second. Holding this like acorn in his hand, he's going to, rather than having, like, he looked downstairs, there was no fertile place to leave it.
Oh.
But there is fertile soil here. And Baerd is going to walk up to Agdon and place the golden acorn in his hand and say, "Make something better."
What's this?
A beginning.
A new leaf?
All you have to do is turn it.
Oh. He looks at the golden kind of texture. Oh. He stands up and says, I think maybe there's someone you ought to meet.
It's an
And
even
you
bigger
see-
dragon.
He holds up the acorn and almost lets it guide him, and clears the way of all these other herringon. He says, "All right, you guys, all right, give us the room." And you see them kind of like back away. "All right, boss." And you see he stands over towards one side and looks over towards the wall, and does say, "Well, here they are. This was this was one of the tree's guardians before it got chopped down." I kind of got to know them a little bit. We spent some time together.
Hmm.
Of course, wasn't out of choice. I was more stuck here as a prisoner, but at first I kind of resented being stuck to this old log, but after a while, they weren't so bad, but almost felt a little bit bad for them. I didn't realize that the dragon's presence would have such an effect on them, but they kind of went quiet after a while, especially after the egg hatched. maybe, maybe this is where I can make a new start. And he heads over with the acorn and
Puts it in her mouth.
mouth. No, he's going to place it like between the fingers of the wooden feminine form. And yeah, you see the what is it? It's this statue begins to sort of slightly shift, and the fingers wrap around the acorn, like take it from Agdon's grasp, and you see it pulls the acorn away from them, and the eyes open up, and you see a face begin to kind of blink and look around the room. Agdon looks a little bit startled and steps back, and you start to see the acorn immediately kind of growing as if some vast amounts of life magic are rapidly increasing the growth. And as it sprouts, you see the hair kind of pull away from the side of the tree and then bursts into leaves, and you see a full form of a dryad appear coming out of the wall. And for those who don't know what a dryad is, it's a spirit that forms with the actual tree itself and becomes its guardian, like a symbiotic
Hmm.
relationship. And you see them kind of look around, and their mouth kind of cracks open for the first time with a kind of creaking wood sound. And they say, Acton, a little strange to be gifting your prison guard. Well, it's a peace offering. I realize maybe I should have stayed here after all. Probably would have done less bad than good if I was still nailed to you. She looks around the room. I see. These are your friends? You see Agon kind of like twitch nervously as they say that.
Looks over at Agdon. Are we?
Yeah, we're friends.
He clears his throat. Yeah,
We
Yeah,
want
we're
them to
working
be the
together.
best they can be.
We're bringing Zybilna back.
Zybilna. Her eyes gonna go wide. I know that name. She grew this tree. From a simple acorn. She holds out her hand, where you see the acorn is already kind of growing and bursting into like a little sprout. The corruption. I can breathe again. The fog has cleared. The waters. I sense they are clearing as well.
Can this one
They-
recover?
They look around and say, what you see before you is already gone. Their life faded, much like mine. I was sent into a state of torpor when the tree was cut down. But this acorn seems to have breathed new life into me. And you can see where a new symbiotic form has like already formed. The acorn's roots and sprouts has already kind of wrapped around her arm and is already like forming across her. I don't know what I was holding out for, but I realize now fate had other things in store.
Perhaps this was the destiny that Agdon didn't knew he had. To make things right.
One day this acorn will grow. It'll become even mightier than its fallen fathers. I will see to it. You see them pull themselves away from the actual wall and become free of their past self. They're like shedding a skin, and they're no longer tied to this tree, but now tied to this tiny little acorn that's still growing further and further.
Baerd will speak up and say, there is someone who could use help from someone much older. A member of the land. Perhaps, in many ways, a child of Zabilna. A guardian of a tree. And he looks towards Agdon and says, perhaps a new name will truly free you from the binds you found yourself in, as well as a new future.
Oh. But my scarf!
You can keep your scarf.
You
Keep
can
it.
keep it. Doesn't need to be part of your name.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're just trying to get you to do a whole like rebrand sort of thing, you know?
It's important to be
Agdon
able to
long
sacrifice.
scarf? Instead of Prince of Prismere and
No, I'm the
Hero?
Prince of Prismere.
Gardener of Prismere?
How about Guardian of Prismere?
Oh. Oh yeah, that's good.
Gardener.
That
Perhaps-
sounds
Prince
important.
Smear.
Perhaps, and Baerd looks over and says, Acorn?
Acorn. Okay.
Simple.
What do you think? And you see the dryad finally hand the acorn back to Agdon, where you see its form has grown into a small little shrub. It is an awakened shrub, and it looks up at Agdon and like clings onto them, and then like pulls itself up, looks around and looks at their face, and it grabs a hold of their scarf instinctually, much like a baby would grab onto something dangling in front of it. And Agdon immediately flinches. He doesn't let anyone touch his scarf. You've seen it already, but you see he smiles and actually dangles the scarf in front of the small shrub and lets it play with it.
Wow. He lost his
yeah, it's
first
kinda like-
child, and he got a new one. All in the same day,
got it.
in like
If-
10 minutes.
If
It's
anything,
beautiful.
if you are bound to this little one as a paternal bond, then isn't the deal you made with Bavlorna broken?
How do you mean?
I mean,
Uh,
aren't you bound to this young one now?
I guess both could
It
be
is-
true. I don't know if my curse is still there. Well, it's not a curse, it's a bargain, it's a deal, and well, that's next on the list for certain.
Well, how about this? How about, alright, hear me out. How about we nail you back to the tree?
What?
Well, hold on, hear me out. What if we nail you back to the
I
tree,
don't know about that.
thus ending your agreement with her? because you got re-imprisoned, and then we save you and you're good.
Hmm.
She did promise you would be free of it,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
but you would have to trust us.
You would have to trust us.
He seems a little bit
I'm
weary
not
about this.
sure if the deal
I'm not-
works that way.
I'm not sure either. It's a crazy idea.
But if you think
Is it
about it,
even a-
right? She would be in like what was? Do you remember the specific wording of her end that she would save you? She would make sure you're free.
Yeah.
Which
I
means
would then
she
work
has-
under her. I
But-
work like I remember
Baerd is-
that specifically. I work for
Baerd
her
will-
now.
Baerd will speak up and say, her own deal circumvents itself. She promised you freedom
Does?
and locked you under her own key. Both cannot be
Yeah, I
equally
realized-
true.
Oh, I know. I realized that very soon after.
It means
that-
that by nature she cannot enforce it.
What it means is you should never trust a hag, even if the deal does sound good.
Do you want to try the plant? I don't know. I mean, it's up to you, Agon.
Hmm. Putting a nail through my scarf again?
We'll put it through the same
I don't know
hole.
about
It's
that.
fine. It's fine.
Through the same hole. I stitched that back up. I
Well,
wouldn't be running around with
have,
holes in my scarf.
we have quite the accomplished seamstress with us, and I'll gesture to Notus.
I see. Well, I can't say it'll work or not, but if you want to try it, we can. But
You want to try it?
try
I think Agdon, perhaps
Hmm.
you focus on the other things in Prismere.
Oh,
We can take care of Bavlona.
he nods.
But-
Well, we will need help in the fight, and now that we're allies,
Perhaps the other Harangon?
no,
Nothing
those
says
The other herring gun?
those
They're
small
terrified
guys,
of her.
they're gonna get clipped. They're just little guys. I mean, look, I punch them once and they fall down like paper mache.
you could.
I think you've definitely brought a lot of new sort of vision to Agnon. He's clearly no longer a coward if he attempted to help you in this fight, and
Yeah.
it's going to take just as much effort to bring around the other herring gun to want to have to fight Bavlona. They're not
Okay.
gonna. They are terrified of her.
The-
You get that impression already. No one wants to move against her.
I will.
Agdon is. Yeah, go on.
I will tell Baerd.
Hmm.
Well then, and I will hand him a I will I will just hold out my hand for a handshake and say, "How about this then? We're friends. We help each other."
He agrees and shakes your hand. All right, friends. We said it earlier. I guess it's already done. I can't believe I'm friends with the guys who tore me from my throne, made me run away scared, and just made me kill my evil daughter.
Well, hey, we can go talk to the Herringon and say that everything, they still think I'm the Prince of Prismere. We'll let them know that everything's fine and it was all a big misunderstanding and Agnon is still brave. But he is no longer just Agnon Longscarf. He's Agnon the Guardian of Prismere.
Yeah. We've had our talk.
All right.
We told your people.
Good.
As well as, and I
Good.
look, and Baerd looks towards the Dryad and says, "You have help."
She nods and
Mm.
says, "I will be watching over this one as well."
Is the awakened
And,
shrub? Is it like weirdly dragon shaped? That's my question. Of like, is it like a
Weirdly dragon shaped.
Mm.
No. Why would it be dragon shaped?
poetry?
I mean, no, I think that'd be a sad reminder of
That's fair.
older ones. But if it does look like anything, uh, it would look more humanoid than anything. That's all
Mhm.
I'll say on that regard. Because if you
Okay.
remember where you got this acorn from,
Yeah,
or what
dude.
spawned it from. Yeah, okay. Well then, yeah, it looks vaguely humanoid shape for now. But it's only just been brought into life. Still,
Yeah.
its form is still kind of vague.
It's fake.
Mm.
Is it
I said
spitting image of
vague.
me?
No, just a spitting image. But yeah, you see,
It's
it's
not
just being
that
kind of like
tree. It's from another tree.
oh, it's being swaddled in the little scarf right now. You guys can
Yeah.
head outside and stand atop the Brigand's Tollway itself if you
Yeah.
want, and
Yeah, we'll do that
shout
when
out,
we-
shout across the top. Yeah, in fact, look, I'll put you over here. In fact,
Mhm.
I'll start
you go over
composing
here, like
the new song of Acton the Guardian. And I'll play it out to the world.
all right. Act on the Guardian, hell yeah, victory. It's a an inspiring tale, a song that fills the Herringon with new purpose. But they are still too terrified to fight against Pavlorna. That much is very clear.
All be the first thing you do is you change hearts and minds. The second is you do
Mhm.
the right thing.
Mm. I just realized you can't see your tokens behind this, but oh well. You're definitely up there, and all the Herringons gather around. They start singing the Agdon Longscarf chant once again.
Wrong song.
Agdon
Oh.
the Guardian of Prismia.
Guardian of Prismir.
It
That's
doesn't
the
roll off
one.
the tongue.
They do have to try and like make it
Mhm.
fit into a new song for
Mhm.
sure. But it is still. See, Agdon looks. He looks like a leader. He looks braver than ever, ready to brave the world. But he looks as a little shrub, and yeah, he truly has become a new father again, all over again. But this time, raising hopefully what will become
Something less
a much
evil.
better, yeah, something much less evil, something which will blend into Prismir rather than actively try to destroy it. All right. Well, that will bring us to an end with the Brigand's Tollway, I think. Though you're welcome to stay here, I guess they say, for a while. But I mean, it's a brand new day, and you didn't even use many resources. You diplomacied your way through this again, as you always do, it seems.
I'm sure.
Um,
I'm sure Garreth wants to go talk to his old tree friend.
We could just help around the Brigand's Tollway for a minute after all the chaos and
Mhm.
like helping bury the
mhm.
dragon's body in a place that would help clear
Yeah.
its corruption. Like
somewhere as far away from the tree as possible.
Sure enough,
finding
yeah.
a place to at least put the spirit to rest, so we don't have to deal with the ghost dragon.
I also do have to point
got
out it is time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it is time. It is. So we will say that yeah, you can find a place far away. The brigands help you find well the guardians rather. The guardians help you find a place to bury this dragon. They put it to rest.
I help Agdon
It
say
seems as
goodbye
though
as well.
yeah, Agdon definitely says some goodbyes, but you know, he tries to keep it short and you see he'll carry that tooth with him as a reminder. That'll be enough for him to know
Yeah.
of the good times. But yeah, he's looking a lot better by the looks. He's not just remorseful or guilty anymore. It looks like he's got renewed hope with this new little shrubbery by his
Is-
side, and
The
hopefully,
gold in his fur is
Yeah.
returned.
yeah, that's it. The gold in his fur, and the leaves as well are kind of golden on the acorn. A few of them here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of gray
Um,
hairs have been removed. A lot of stress that's fallen off his shoulders.
Definitely, yeah. You see it on his face. His eyes kind of light up a little bit more, and we can see one more
That's
little
one less
show of
menace.
Agdam's
Two
eye.
less, even.
I imagine he like apologizes to the men he left behind and everything. Like he does all the things.
He does. You guys are free to stay here or go move on to the next thing.
Hmm.
I know Downfall is next on the menu.
I believe there is a couple of hairs that have a home to return to.
Yeah, you can tell them it's safe.
That's true. Yeah, you can head back to the what's it called? The Queen's Way.
The Queen's Way Causeway. The Queen's Causeway.
It is. It's a causeway, but yes, its actual name is the Queen's Way. But yeah,
the
you
Queen's
can head
Way.
back there and tell them the coast is clear. Now, there is one last thing I wanted to do, but it's going to be something I think we'll do next session. We'll role play it out next session.
Mm.
But the good news is that at the end of this session, you guys can all level up to level 3. But there's definitely something I wanted to do role play wise. I wanted to kind of go through each of your characters, like what the meaning of your level up, like actually integrate it into kind of a story moment. But we can do the level up now anyway to wrap up. So
Mhm.
yeah, but if you need to shoot off, you can do. But we'll be doing the little level up here, and then next session, when in some downtime, we can explore like the meaning of that level up, because this is the level where a lot of people get their subclass. In fact,
Ulric, oh my
everyone
god!
except for Garreth.
Big money.
So, oh, wow,
Maybe
No
Ulric,
low rolls here. No low rolls.
damn.
Hot damn!
Woo!
I want to roll for my HP so
Ah,
bad. I
See,
want to roll
just
it
gamble.
so
Just
bad.
gamble. Don't take the
gamble.
average. Gamble it. Gamble
Don't
it.
gamba. Don't gamba.
Bet all your money,
Oh my
okay? You're
God.
about to hit diamonds. If you
No,
quit
don't
now, you're
gamble.
gonna regret it forever.
Don't gamba.
Hit diamonds.
You promised you wouldn't gamba this time.
Bright gold.
What doesn't kill Ulric makes him stronger. He's just been
Yes.
dissolved in acid, and now he's like,
Roar.
Every time I get hit with something, I resist it, and I
Still
adapt,
no
and I
new
get stronger.
invocation. Fucking
Are we
hell.
still live?
like your
Oh.
makeup. Like your makeup's like slightly running,
Oh, just a little
but
bit.
it's like creep. It's like you're gonna have to like touch that up because it's like melted from the acid.
Chris, the subclass I want to
Room?
pick isn't on here.
Okay,
I got
we
it,
can. I can get it for you.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
But
I
yeah,
can fix that.
are we still live?
I'll end the stream here. Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week where we'll play out all the new cool subclass features. Ta-ta for now. Bye bye.
See ya, everyone.